The levels is good. The levels is good. Let's go. Okay, but levels ain't good. Come on, level. Should have known you was no good. Your mama said you was no good. MyT. Going to that. Everywhere we go, people wanna know who we are, so we tell them this is the MyT Sports Podcast. 'Cause everywhere we go, people wanna know who we are, so we tell them this is the MyT Sports Podcast. Good evening and welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I am your host, the one and only talent, El Idolo Deportivo Taylor. It is another En Fuego day in the hottest city in the world. It is officially September 19th. It's 8:58 at night. Yo, I know you hear this. Current temperatures right now 79 degrees, but there is a 1,000% chance of rain. And if you're wondering what's all that pitter-patter, titter-tattering that you hear, I don't know if it's coming through on the mic or not. You know the mics are hot. The mics is hot. The mics is hot. The mics is hot. The mics is hot. Hope I ain't melt the mic with that one. I got a game on in the back. 33. I got a game on in the back. 33.4 seconds left. Tied game, elimination game for the New York Liberty as they're trying to send Washington home. Game tied at 74. Let's see what happens. New York's been up for the majority of the game. They end up losing their lead early in the fourth, and now they look like the game has come out. They end up tying this game, and they're going having a little back and forth going on. We'll keep you guys posted and entertained and up to date on the game. They had a commercial break. But boy, I'm telling you what. Listen, we're coming at you live from the most En Fuego city in the world. Boy, do we have a big show for you guys today. We're talking about, I need to know why it took 4.5 hours. Not my last sexual encounter, but we'll tell you what I'm asking why for, right? And speaking of last sexual encounter, I got a Blue Chew promo code for you guys. You guys stay tuned. We got that coming for you in just a bit. Hey, we got two key running backs down. Man down. Man down. We had a Monday Night Football doubleheader. In case you was wondering, why wasn't I on Monday? Because there was a Monday Night Football doubleheader and I wanted it to catch my full undivided attention. So you guys got me tonight on Tuesday. 27.3 seconds left. Game still tied. 74 apiece. I'm trying to figure out who has possession. Possession. Okay. Oh, man. It looked like the Liberty had a bad pass. And they end up with an untimely turnover that is now sending the Mystics to the line. Number 9 banks the first one. I gotta see what number 9 is. And right here, she could give her team a 2-point lead. Natasha Cloud, number 9, and she banks the second one. New York takes a timeout. All right. So we got that Monday Night Football doubleheader we got to get into, right? Because I ain't gonna lie. I think I'm going to say something that one of the Jets players said. I let you guys off the hook. Because for what happened on Monday night, it would have worth you seeing my reaction live. Because when I finally saw what I saw, I was like, I can't believe I just saw that. We got the birthday shout-outs coming up at the beginning of the podcast, so you guys already know what happens there. You make sure you start getting all your birthday people up in the building. Anybody that had a birthday since the last time that we was on the air, we give you a little birthday shout-out. That's going to take the 16th, the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th. Actually, not the 16th. We did that already. We could run the 16th over again. That was my brother's birthday. I got no problem with that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to throw him in here. He one of the few people that gets a double doses of birthday shout-outs. But I didn't tag him in the line, though, right? You know, I normally tag you guys on Facebook. So you start tagging your people. You start dropping their names in the comments. You start adding them. You get them in here, and I get them a birthday shout-out. If they want to hear it, they got to be here, too. If not, they can always re-listen to the podcast. And the podcast is anywhere that you listen to your podcast at. Amazon, Google, Podbean, Pandora, Spotify, anywhere that you listen to your podcast, that we're there. All right. Obviously, you guys, if they have the ball back, the New York Liberty. The Jets got out. Coach will touch into the Jets situation a little bit later. Speaking of the Jets situation, welcome to the 23-24 NFL season. 31 of these teams participated so far. Look at I can't believe this. Stewie had an easy layup, and that layup rimmed out. And they fouled the Liberty at least 4 different times on that possession. But Stewie had a layup, folks, and it touched every single portion of the rim like a tongue and a butthole, right? We're talking about not one portion of the rim was gone unmissed, but unfortunately that ball rimmed out instead of having a rim in. But they get the offensive board. That ball gets back to Sabrina, who has 11 points for the night, and she goes for her 2 free throw attempts. She misses her first one. And just like how she misses her first one, we got a case of mistaken identity going on in the NFL as well. And did I say that 31 teams participated in the NFL except for one? Well, that one team finally decided. Sabrina misses them both, but Jonquel Jones with the offensive rebound and the foul. Jonquel Jones has been a beast on the boards all night long. She looked inward and she asked herself, what can I do to be better? How was I better than these last couple of years? How can I improve? And you know how I used to be better? I used to grab boards. So you know what I'm going to focus on? I'm going to get these rebounds. And that's what she just did. Probably grabbed her biggest rebound of the night. She gets to the line, 15 points. She makes the first one, 16 points. Jonquel Jones, if the New York Liberty win this game, is going to be our big Liberty savior. Woo. Call her Lady Luck. She hits them both. 11.3. Washington takes a timeout. We'll come back and we'll let you know what's going on in a little bit. But folks, we gotta get into our show because you know what we say here. Regardless of the time and regardless of the weather, it's always whoa. We're a little too fast. Regardless of the time and regardless of the weather,
you play to win the game. Hello.
And it's always a blast on the MyT Sports Podcast. So I'm gonna stir this one up. It's been a while. Let's start talking. Woo! That was a mouthful. Back at it like a sports fanatic. MyT Sports. Man, I miss you. I know it's only been since Friday, but man, it feels like it's been. Did we talk on Friday? Yeah, because it was Saturday I had my brother's dinner. So yeah, I know it's only been since Friday, but boy, do I feel like I've missed you guys. But you know what I don't like to miss? You know what I really don't like to miss? I don't like to miss my birthday shout-outs. En country, mon frere. So you know what we're about to do right here at the beginning, at the top of the podcast, right at the beginning of the show, right? We're gonna get right into our birthday shout-outs. When we give everybody that had a birthday, and the last time we was on the air, we give them a birthday shout. So let's go ahead and start it off, right? Can I get my horns ready? Can I get them? That's not the horns I wanted. 11.3 seconds left to go, right? We got the first birthday shout out we have on November 16th. Sorry, September 16th. We still in September, right? I want to say happy birthday to my brother, Nicholas Harvey. It happened to be his birthday on the 16th. Let's give it... Was this miscommunication on Washington? Did they throw away the inbound pass? Is it New York ball with 11.3 seconds left to go? I think it is. I think it is. Oh! Check it. Yeah. Yes, folks, it was a miscommunication on an inbound pass. It goes flying over her head. And folks, we get New York trying to inbound. It gets to Sabrina. She slips a little. She brings the ball up. There's 7 seconds left. They're not fouling. They're playing good defense. They get it up to Stewie. The ball goes between her legs. They get it up. Folks, 1 second. 9.9 seconds. Do they get it up? I don't know. My TV's lagging. Like I'm stuttering. My TV's lagging. I don't know what's happening. Okay, we'll see what happens. Boy, I'm telling you, I'm locked in. We locked in this together like two butt cheeks. Let's see what's going on. I don't know yet. I don't know. I feel frantic, right? It's the end of regulation. Nothing happened. She didn't get it off in time. We're going into overtime for this closeout game. Washington 76, New York 76. We need extra time to determine a winner to see who goes home with that chicken dinner. What's going on, cuzzo? I see you all the way from Canada joining on the podcast. We get them from everywhere. Want to say happy birthday to my brethren Ronnie Mills. Yo, that's my boy 10 toes down. He's currently right now serving in the Coast Guard. Damn right. I want to say happy birthday to him, and he's turned 56 today, or on the 17th. I'm joking. I think he may be even younger than me, so maybe he's like 53. Want to say happy birthday also to my boy DJ Rob Book, right? I know you guys have seen him at Tijuana Taxi. You've seen him at Capone's. You've seen it maybe at Capone's. I may have stretched that one. I feel like you've seen him at Capone's. You've seen him at Capone's. You've seen him at O'Malley's, right? You see him all over the place, right? Want to say a big shout out to my boy DJ Rob. And we are now moved forward to today's birthday. We got a couple birthdays for today, right? We got two in the house. We in the house. Check it, right? So we got one birthday for one of my... And let's just keep it cordial. One of my homegirls, Lexi Lane. She was actually a friend of a friend. She was supposed to come on the podcast during the first season of the podcast. We tried to schedule it. We never got a chance to actually get on the podcast. If I also remember correctly, very shortly after that, she moved to California due to restraining order. No, I'm joking. I have no restraining orders. No. It's a joke. But if you ever saw her, you probably wouldn't want to stalk her. I want to say happy birthday to Lexi, right? Next, I want to say happy birthday to Zachy Taylor. Now. Zach. I feel like I need to pull out, not the screwball, that wasn't for you. Because for Zach, I feel like I've called a match for Zach. And let me see. Let me check on the hollow snap. I feel like Zach is... it's not on these. I feel like Zach is... Who am I looking for? There we go. Zach Monstar. That's who you are. I've had the pleasure of calling matches for Zach Monster. Yeah. He's the guy right there. You see him? Focus, camera. Yeah, focus. Where we at? He's the blurry guy right here. Look, right there. That's it. You guys want to see that too? See, you guys see that way better. That's it right there. Zach Monster. When was this? This is back in 2020. This is like 3 years ago, right? But I've called multiple matches for Zach, if I'm not mistaken, right? I've seen him team up with multiple people when we had an event over in Naples. Right, so yo, big shout out to Zach, and if any of you promoters out there looking to hire you guys some good talent, you go ahead and you go and hit up Zach Monster, and I guarantee you he will not disappoint you, your fans, or your lineup. Man, put some gold on it, put a belt on that boy. It's worth it. So let's go ahead and wrap up all these birthday all these birthday shout outs, right? Now can we get that beat one more time? Coconut drops in here. Coconut water I have. But you know what? I'm just going to pour this on top of it. Right? Because I'm a gremlin. Ah! One time for the one time? Right? Because, yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. But because it's... But because it's your birthday, we sing happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. So I want to wish happy birthday to my brother Nick Harvey, my boy Roddy Mills, my boy Rob Book, Lexi Lane, and also Zachy Taylor. I want to Zach Monster, as I know him better. I want to wish you all a happy birthday. I hope you party hard. I hope you enjoy everything. I hope you regret nothing. But more importantly, you continue to stay MyT. Cheers. MyT. That came out the nose. For real. It's your birthday. I hope it was your birthday weekend. I hope you flexed on them. I hope you continue to... You know what I mean? Alright, go ahead. You can go ahead. Cut the beat. Whew. I ain't gonna lie. That shit hit the nostril. Hit the back of the thing. Hit that shot. Hit the little thing that hang in the back of your throat. Yeah, I hit that shit. Pause. Alright. Let's get into our first topic of the day, right? Let's get right into it. We'll see how long this goes, but we want to make sure we get this in time. Right, first topic of the day.
First of all.
Can anybody explain to me why it took 4.5 hours? Can anybody explain to me? Oh shit, my bad. Nope, can't do that. My bad. How did I do that? I must have kicked the leg. Can anybody explain to me why it took 4.5 hours? More importantly, why did I watch all 4.5 hours? Maybe because it's one of my favorite categories. One of my favorite genres to watch. And that's just sports in general. And I'm not going to lie to you. Prime time was feeling a lot like pay-per-view time. I don't know about you guys, but prime time was feeling a lot like pay-per-view time. You guys don't know what I'm talking about yet. This Saturday, was it Saturday? Over this weekend, right? I think it was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. We had, because I was after my brother's birthday dinner. And I felt like I missed nothing of the game. I was struggling to stay over. What? Halftime? This is 1 o'clock. What? Halftime. But phone lines are open. Don't forget. Don't you guys forget. Let me get you guys get the links, right? So that if you are watching, you can click on that link, and that way you can find a way to go ahead and call into the show. Because there are ways to call into the show. Listen, you can call directly in through our Instagram feed, right? So the behind the scenes cam with, yep, I did that. This is me. This is totally me. Let's back this camera. The behind the scenes cam with Instagram, right? You can always call in there. You got my personal phone number. You can call in there. You can call in there as well. What's going on? How you doing? Right? See people coming in from all over the place, right? Also, if you got the Podbean app, you can call in through the Podbean app as well. There are multiple ways for you to call into the show. Because we got a lot to talk about. And we got 3 hours to talk about. And we talking today, and we talking tomorrow. Oh, yeah. You guys come in here. You guys bring your black asses in here. And your non-black asses in And we gonna talk about it. New York Liberty are currently up 79-84 with 2 minutes and 28 seconds left to go in the game. The Colorado versus Colorado State game. We talked about it on Friday, right? We gave you guys some information, right? And one thing that we pointed out was that this game had become personal for Colorado and Colorado State, where the coach of Colorado State, right? Yeah, the coach of Colorado State. What was that? Did I write his name down? I forgot to write his name down twice, 3 times, 4 times. Made a comment that when he walks into his room, his mama taught him that he needs to take off his hat and his shades when he's addressing people. Obviously, this is a personal shot at Coach Primetime that wears hats and shades to everything that he's done, because Primetime has been Primetime since Primetime presented us with the persona of Primetime. Or I'm sorry, Primetime has been Primetime since Deion presented us with the persona of Primetime. And we also know that Primetime is petty. And Primetime will find anything to fuel himself, and now as a coach, the people around him to excel. We are talking about a guy that was a 3-sport athlete. Oh, not gonna lie. I thought this was going to be a blowout. But I'm telling you, this was a nail biter. You see this? No nails. Like, my girl got nails, but she just got them done today. She sent me a pic. Them beautiful, baby. Love them shits. Right? See these nails? None. Bit them all up. I don't bite my nails for real. Like, that's just disgusting. If you bite your nails, stop that shit. That's just disgusting, B. Stop that shit. I'm not a judgy person, but I'm judging. I'm judging like a motherfucker, because I know every time you bite your nails, you also taste like that little tang underneath there. That's the dirt you've accumulated from everywhere all day long. And just think about it, right? You've been accumulating microscopic dirt all day that it has formed a thick layer and taste underneath your nails, and that's what you're munching on. I'm just saying. What's going on, bands? It's been a minute. Bands will make them dance. Bands will make them dance. I'm just... Look, I don't even know what they talk about. See, look at this. I got bands. Ain't nobody dancing. Ain't nobody dancing. I've had bands for a minute now. Ain't nobody dancing. Some bullshit. Adulthood is just one big lie. I tried to tell my niece that earlier today. Right? That this place that all you kids rushed. And listen, I did it too. And my mom even told me that she did it too. My uncle told me that he did it too. My grandmother told me that she did it too. But honestly, it's unavoidable. All of us have to move to the ghetto eventually. All of us have to move to the ghetto. You're like, I don't live in the ghetto. I make six figures. Do goddamn well for myself. Why would I live in the ghetto? Because you live in adulthood. There ain't no worse place to be than adulthood. I don't know who made this shit look fun. Like, you know, like I think that's what needs to happen. And I'll fully back up. But I feel that all adults 45 and younger need to be allowed to file a class action lawsuit against everybody older than them that made adulthood look fun. And this shit is bad. Like, all you new adults go through shit like that. Nah, just wait till this motherfucker's been beating on you for 20 years. It is, you know what? There's a good line. Hold on. This is a good speech, and I hope I can play this. But the best description of life, and I don't know how I got here, right? But we still talk about Colorado and Colorado State. But the best description of life, I felt, is perfectly summed up by Sylvester Stallone in Rocky. I don't know if you guys remember this, but
what if you could do SEO smarter and faster?
But I remember this one, and this was one of the this was one of the great speeches of cinema, period. And take a listen. This is like 3 minutes long. We probably gonna get blocked for this, Well, this is Sylvester Stallone, Rocky Balboa, 2006, inspirational speech to his son.
You know, living with you, it hasn't been easy. People see me. You know, living with you, it hasn't been easy. People see me, but they think of you. Now with all this going on, this is going to be worse than ever.
It don't have to be.
No, sure it does.
Why? You got a lot going on, kid.
Oh, well, my last name? That's the reason I got a decent job. That's the reason why people deal with me in the first place. Now I start to get a little ahead. I start to get a little something for myself. And this happens. Now I'm asking you as a favor not to go through with this, okay? This is only going to end up bad for you, and it's going to end up bad for me.
You think I'm hurting you?
Yeah, in a way you are.
It's the last thing I ever wanted to do.
I know that's not what you want to do, but that's just the way that it is. Don't you care what people think? Doesn't it bother you that people are making you out to be a joke and that I'm going to be included in that? Do you think that's right? Do you?
Here it comes.
You ain't gonna believe this. But you used to fit right here. I'd hold you up to say to your mother,
I didn't need all
kid's
this.
gonna be the best kid in the world. This kid's gonna be somebody better than anybody ever knew. And you grew up good and wonderful. It was great just watching you every day. It was like a privilege. Then the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know.
Here it
The
comes.
world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. I'm always gonna love you no matter what. No matter what happens.
That's that line. Ain't shit gonna hit you worse than life. And life was about to hit Colorado and Colorado State, because if Deion Sanders didn't win that game, there would have been a lot of talk surrounding all of the hype about Deion. You know the naysayers would have come and see, this is why, and you're calling their QB a top 5 prospect, and you see he should have stayed in HBCU. But can I tell you this? Week 1, I told you that that game was the highest rated game that, what was it? It was the highest, it was the largest opening audience ever by Fox. 7.26 million viewers. That was when they played TCU. This game right here, #1 seen game in the prime time or after prime time slot for ESPN ever. Deion Sanders is pushing numbers. This is also why I said this is more than prime time. This is pay-per-view time, because the amount of stars that came. I'm telling you right now, if the conferences started coming out with pay-per-view to watch some of these games, I wouldn't be mad. They're already making you pay for your own ACC, SEC, BCC network, right? BBC network. Then pay-per-view for some of these bigger matches, I can see it. You know, Alabama, Clemson, when they were hot, I can see them charging pay-per-view and making you guys pay for to see that. 10 o'clock. This game was over at 2:30. That's a UFC fight. That's a Mayweather fight. You understand? That's a heavyweight championship fight for the world championship belt, unifying all 4 of them. with 2 undefeated fighters. That's what that is. Oh, they pushed units on that one. When I say they push G kind of units. And this game was chippy. I'm gonna tell you one thing I didn't know. It's so crazy. All the things that's going on in this game. New York Liberty, they win this game. They win the series. Right? Washington makes things go home. They advance to the WNBA semifinals for the first time since 2015. Let's go, New York. Who's over here trying to bother me? I hear vibrating. And not in a good way either. Oh, of course. It's all about the end of the game. Of course it would be. And part of the reason I talk about it felt like a pay-per-view event. It started at 10, ended at 2:30. Right? That was one portion of it. But also the celebrities. The celebrities at this game, right? You had Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, right? Not just there, right? Doing his Rock thing, but obviously scouting for the XFL. You had Rob Gronkowski there, Offset, Lil Wayne, right? Just to say the name of a few, but the biggest name of them all, I think that they got to show up to this game had to be Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard barely shows up for his games. I say it again. Kawhi Leonard barely shows up for his games. Much less you got him just to fly to Colorado. This is Colorado. I'm going to tell you what makes it so sweet, right? Is that it's Coach Prime Time. And not only is it Coach Prime Time, but it's also an unwritten rule, right? Athletes love these unwritten rules. Jonquil Jones, she has to be MVP of the day. 19 points. Who knows? I got to see how many rebounds she got. But she's up there being talked about with Breanna Stewart, right? Because it's a Bree day. It's a Brew day. Yes, indeed, right? And while she may have taken on the majority of the scoring load, Jonquil Jones, who was a former MVP in this league, right, made sure she took on the dirty work portion of this and grabbed the rebounds, got blocks. Listen, she blocked. And is that Fat Joe? That's not Fat Joe. That's how surprised Fat Joe wasn't there last night. Other night, right? She blocked a key 3-point shot at the end of regulation, not in overtime, but in regulation. That helped the Liberty stay on top. The second game of the evening is already in full effect, where we have the Atlanta Dream taking on the Dallas Wing. Atlanta is currently up right now 21-19 with just about 50 seconds left in the first quarter. But for my girls, I shouldn't do that, right? I shouldn't do that. Right, but it's just how things are. My bad, shorty. Oh wow, I really took that time. I really did take that time. I knew I should have just gave myself. You know what? Wait, what happened at the Pentagon office? See, I can't see shit like that. I'm about to get a fucking relapse. Let me not look. Oh man. Like this hands down was it was just a good game, and I guess you know what, part of me, as much as I was looking at this game and I thought to myself initially, like, oh boy, this gonna be a blowout. They done did it to themselves. The coach is talking shit. They don't put his foot in his mouth. They about to go you smoke. Nah, B, they came out there with some competitive pride. Colorado State did, for real. And they did not make this game easy. This game was 35-43, but it took overtime. If I'm not mistaken, it was double overtime for them to... Pentagon, what? This is twice now. Stop it. Pentagon, what? Who did I see that from? Where did I see that at? Stop playing with me. Oh, Pentagon officials that Joe Biden's dementia may be a security risk. It definitely is. It definitely is. Listen, I mean, now that Trump is out of there, y'all should have gotten Joe Biden out of there within a year or two as well. That motherfucker been asleep in the job. Like, for the first time, I wasn't paying attention during the election. But I was like, oh, goddamn, look at this dude. No wonder they call him Sleepy Joe. He can barely keep his eyes open. Like, this is the guy y'all voted for president? Alright, let's get back into the spots. Surprised that celebrities came out. Kawhi Leonard barely goes to his games, right? No, you said all that, right? There was so much other-ish built around this game, right? Like I said, the coaches talking smack, right? We seen the celebrities, all kinds of stuff, right? Leading up to this game, it took away from the fact that in this rivalry, it's the first time that two black coaches ever coached this rivalry. Like that. No, I can't see, right? Like, that was a real thing. And that didn't even get a chance to become one of the highlighted moments or footnotes in the story because these two coaches gave us everything that we needed to want to watch. Like I said, eyes are already on Deion Sanders. When Coach opens his mouth and makes it what Deion Sanders calls personal, right? That made people like me want to watch. Because I'm telling you, until that comment, I had no investment in that game. I would have just heard, like, I didn't watch Deion's first game. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't watch that TCU game. Why? I don't give a fuck about college football that much. Sorry. I know that's blasphemy. I got a sports podcast. But I don't, though. I really don't. There's too much going on. But I've seen now what's happened. Deion Sanders is an HBCU. I'm watching more HBCU games. I'm actually following more HBCU programs. I'm getting HBCU updates, not just their college, not just their football updates and basketball updates, but their school updates, their cheerleading updates, their baseball up, every single update about them I'm getting. You know what I mean? I'm on HBCU social. Like I'm getting their dating updates, their failed dating updates. You know? We taking another shot? Nah. We'll see if my niece wants to take a shot with me. That's the only way I'm taking another shot, y'all. If my niece takes a shot with me, maybe I'll take a shot. Badass kids. Stop. And so this is why. So I understand, like, when I said, why I keep bringing it back to, I will not be surprised. Like, Deion Sanders could have been on pay-per-view and we would have watched. That's how I feel. This game could have been on pay-per-view. We would have found a way to watch. Because I'm going to tell you this. And I feel like Deion Sanders is a drug. And once you watch once, you want to keep watching. Especially when you're winning. Because now you start wondering, like, damn, how far can they go? How far can Deion take this? They dumped on TCU. They won this rivalry. When in this rivalry, the team that's usually ranked loses this game. Well, the unranked team definitely made sure they at least felt their presence. you had a, I don't even want to say a questionable hit. You had a dirty hit even in this game. Like, emotions were flying when Henry Blackburn smashes into Travis Hunter late after the ball had passed. I respect the poise of Colorado, but also the fact that nobody got into his shit kind of makes me a little uncomfortable. But I get it. These boys are being trained to be professionals by a professional. So, okay. And not just a professional, but a professional in his prime of mental awareness and understanding of life. So we've been seeing prime time in all different kinds of ways. Prime time when he was in his prime physically, and now prime time when he's in his prime mentally. And in both scenarios, it's been prime time. He has made himself must-watch TV, whether he's playing or coaching. I'm telling you right now, I'm a person that generally don't see, and this kind of started last year too. So this conversation last year, I generally don't have a college of affiliate or anything like that. But I'm gonna tell you this: I can see myself following Coach Prime to wherever he's at, and then kind of whenever he falls off, I can just, depending if it's been years or depending on what I invest into it, I just be like, yeah. Like, Coach Prime was the coach there, and I just kind of stuck with Colorado ever since then. You know, I like it because of the smoke weed stuff. And let me bring it to that, right? Because what a prime spot to be in. Where, you know, you can tell all your friends, right? And you know Deion Sanders has not just friends that are former players, but are current players. I don't want to call them former celebrities, but celebrities that are not so much in the public eye anymore, as well as some that are. And when they come to Colorado, they know that they can freely partake in probably the number one thing that they all like to partake and enjoy, without any hassle, repercussions, or threats. Unfortunately, Harry Blackburn isn't going to be able to, or hasn't been that fortunate as well, or hasn't had that same luxury, I should say, because Henry Blackburn is getting threats for the hit that he put on Travis Hunter, for the late hit he put on Travis Hunter. What ended up happening is that his address and phone number end up getting leaked, and he is now getting death threats called into his line, sent to his house. This is college sports. Like, this is sports. You're crazy. Is that still going? It is. Yeah, that should have been there the first time. So Travis Hunter now has a punctured lung, if I read that correctly. And he is going... Sorry, punctured lung? Punctured kidney, maybe. Punctured appendix? You wish it was appendix, right? You can get that shit like, I'll be back next week. Oh, don't hit me. I don't even know who Colorado is playing next week. But I'm going to tell you this. By Friday, we'll probably know. We'll probably know the odds by Friday. And if this happens to be one of the weekends when I don't do anything except for go to the Wu-Tang concert, the Wu-Tang and Nas concert, then... Well, that's Friday. Damn. Well, it's real simple. If you guys don't see me doing a I forgot. I did a podcast Saturday. That's how I got my brother's birthday shout out in there. I was like, I know I did my brother's birthday shout out the last time I did a podcast. Now I just remember I did a podcast Saturday morning. That's right. Took a Benadryl that morning. Allergies was acting up. Oh my god! If you guys see that podcast, you guys have to. I gotta re-listen to that podcast. I forgot about that. Oh yeah, the Benadryl, the shots, everything was kicking in, and I don't know what happened. I will tell you guys this: as soon as I was done on the air, I went straight to bed. Literally. There was layers of clothes leading from the studio to the bedroom. Straight to bed. Told you that Benadryl kicked in and it was a wrap. We got Chill Will up in the room. We'll see whatever Chill Will is ready. We'll get him properly introduced. And you know what though? It may be perfect timing to get Chill Will in here because we're about to transition. And when we go to transition to, it may hurt just a little bit as it hits home for both of us. The MyT injury report.
Him down.
This is why you don't pay running backs. I don't know how other way to say this. But drop takes, don't you? Drop takes, don't you?
Sir, yes, sir!
Well, if you're going to drop takes, you might as well go ahead and drop them exhibitiously.
Cleveland! This is for you! No. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You there? Did I get you, Chill Will? Did he pick up on the sign? Did he hit his cue? He missed his cue, didn't he? I left the room thinking he was gonna hit the cue. He missed the cue, didn't he, guys? Man. Okay, but let's get into it. As you guys know, Chill Will is our senior Ohio correspondent, Cleveland fan extraordinaire, right? Fan of the Browns. I have Nick Chubb on my fantasy squad. And I didn't get to see what happened to Nick Chubb. I know it's weird, even though I told you guys like, hey, I was watching these games yesterday. That's why I didn't do the podcast. But I didn't get to see what happened to Nick Chubb. And obviously this happened to be one of those things that they don't replay. These are one of those non-replayable injuries. But
My bad.
we got him. We got him here. Hold on. Let's do this again. Let's try this again. Drop takes, don't you? Drop takes, don't you?
Sir, yes, sir!
Well, if you're going to drop takes, you might as well go ahead and drop them exhibitiously.
Cleveland! This is for you! We're going to drop them expeditiously. First of all. What up?
I'm good.
Man.
You know, doing a podcast on a Tuesday. You know, keeping shit unexpected and excited and brand new. Treating this motherfucker like a love boat.
Right. That's exactly. I was like, damn, what's that? Wednesday? Yeah, Tuesdays is good too. I'm off on Wednesdays though, so that'd be kind of perfect too. But man, rough week. Gotta keep pushing, man. Look like we got overpaid. We're getting under the delivery, ain't we?
Man, and you know what made it so. Let's keep it one at a time, and we'll ease everybody in here if they haven't gotten both of them.
Chill, I ain't gonna talk about that. That shit's just hard, man.
Because
That shit's sad.
the Nick Chubb. I'm hearing myself. I didn't fully hear or see the. We're good now. I didn't fully see the thing, but I'm looking at my fantasy and I'm wondering like, damn, Nick Chubb showed up kind of strong. What happened to him? I'm seeing him keep popping up on possessions and in the red zone. And I'm like, they ain't giving it to Chubb. And then I got the first hint that he may be injured. And I'm like, wait a minute, he's injured? He's probably coming back. Then I was like, Nick Chubb probably won't return this season. I'm like, wait a minute. How the hell they know he ain't returning this season already? It was right before the podcast when I saw the image of his injury. And I was like, oh, he gone. Like, his foot touched his cheek. Like, his foot turned the other way. Like, you understand? Your knee is not supposed to make a 90-degree angle. Sideways. Oh, my knee hurts just thinking about it. Maybe that's why my knee was hurting all day today. Like oh, my knee hurt. I can feel it right now. If you guys have not seen this.
Yeah, man, but it couldn't have happened to a better guy though. Like it's fucked up because it was kind of it was a football play, but it was kind of I don't know, man. I know he's been embarrassed. In his back of his mind, he probably been embarrassed before, right? Minka Fitzpatrick. He been embarrassed by Chubb before. Ain't no way he going high, so he go low. I don't think he meant to necessarily do that, but it's just it's just from the angle he was coming. He knew. You always know you can potentially hurt somebody like that.
Yeah.
I don't think he meant to necessarily put him out for his season, but it was just like it was a plethora of injuries on our side too. It felt like they was playing dirty in general. That's what makes it kind of, tweak Deshaun leg. There's a couple things, just little stuff that make you think that Pittsburgh play dirty. Yeah, they do.
It's your within
the lines.
This is kind of the play of your division. Your division is this physical. Your division is this physical towards each other when y'all play.
Sure.
Like this is kind of how. And this is all on Baltimore, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Cincy. They're all like when they play each other. Oh, somebody gonna bleed their own blood.
Yeah, but overall, man, it was just a kind of like the way he tackled them, the energy of the game. It kind of took the wind out of everybody, man. Deshaun kind of lost his emotions. It just kind of spiraled from there. It really kind of spiraled from that first play of the game.
Listen, you preaching to the choir.
Six.
Oh, go ahead. My bad. Oh yeah.
The pick six, but man, that knee injuries, that's rough, man. That's just rough on anybody. But I can tell y'all something about Jerome Ford. He might not be no Nick Chubb, but you're gonna learn his name after this year.
Oh,
you're gonna learn his name.
Mm-hmm. Like Alicia Keys, you gonna know my name. Yeah, listen, it was unfortunate. Like this is tough though. Like this is the league, and unfortunately, I don't have no other thing to say. That I should say this. I don't have any other thing to say, but I can't help but say that one of my very first thoughts, right, when you get the injury report at the end of the week. And you hear about the notable injuries. And not just Nick Chubb, right? Because it sucks. That's what I was going to say earlier. Take it from a Jets fan. I don't know what it means. It sucks to lose your best player on your team 2 years in a row.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we lost Breece Hall last year. We lose Aaron Rodgers this year. Like, I know what it feels like. And this is Nick Chubb's second injury. He had a devastating injury like this back in college. Remember, I think that's what ended up dropping his draft stock originally. And then also did he also what was he? Is that and it, was Nick Chubb the punch a chicken college shit person? No, was that Mike Cunt?
I don't know him being a country chicken. I don't know what the hell you just said, but
no, Mike Cunt. You guys had a running back named Mike Cunt, right?
Who? Mike, not us.
You guys didn't have a Hunt.
Mike Hunt?
No, Mike.
Oh, Kareem Hunt.
Oh, my bad, Kareem Hunt.
You a fucking name up, boy. Hey, this MyT at his best. This MyT at his best, boy.
I thought his name was Mike Hunt.
It happened about twice. If I ain't here, you ain't gonna. You ain't. If I ain't here, nobody gonna say something half the time because you don't even know half the time.
Listen,
you will fucking name up.
If it wasn't for y'all, some people will never get their name called correctly. I really thought his first name was Mike and his last name was Hunt. Like I thought it was Mike Hunt.
Yeah, I'm like, I thought you were saying cunt. First of all, like cunt, like coochie. Like I'm like, man, what's it? Mike Cunt? I don't know no Mike Cunt.
Sorry.
Yeah, but Kareem Hunt, he'll be probably get him.
No, I'm saying that. Which one of them was it that punched that chick when they was in college at the bar?
Oh, that's Kareem Hunt.
That's Kareem. Okay. That was Mike. Kareem Michael Hunt.
Yeah. Kareem and Mike ain't even close neither. Like that shit.
That's his middle. I think that's his middle name. Or that's his middle name on the show. Kareem Michael.
you just made that shit up.
Kareem Michael Hunt. Kareem Mike Hunt. Oh, that sounds even worse. Kareem Mike Hunt. Hey, yo. Oh shit, my stomach hurt. Oh my god, is he even in the league anymore? Where is he at? Is he in Kansas City? Wait, he started in Kansas City, didn't he? Nah.
Yeah.
He did it?
Started in Kansas City. Sure.
Right? That was their two-headed monster. It was Hill and Hunt, wasn't it? Oh man. So, but okay.
Of course, Spring Hunt was there, and I don't know who else was there, but it was Spring Hunt.
Okay.
Was Fournette there that year? One of those years?
I don't remember if Leonard Fournette was there. I don't remember him being
I think
there.
he was, or not. Maybe not. It was somebody that was older.
It could be Fournette. I just remember Fournette being there. I don't remember him at all being there for some reason. But let's get back to all these other. Let's get back to the running backs that we're talking, because we're bringing up running backs today because running backs made a big splash over the offseason, right? Because they wanted to get paid. And while we've never said here we don't understand the player's position, we can't address these from player position because players are like us. They're gonna agree to try to take the most money that's out there, and when they negotiate, they're gonna try to get as much money as possible without being truthful to themselves. And the truth about Nick Chubb, the truth about Saquon Barkley, was that as dynamic and dynastic you are for your team, while you may be your team's most valuable player, the most valuable player for your position only gets paid $12 million, and that's all we're willing to give you. 10.6, 11. That's 10.6. I think was the franchise tag if number, but we're talking. They don't want to give anybody Christian McCaffrey's money anymore, because even Christian McCaffrey went down after he got Christian McCaffrey money. And as dynamic as Christian McCaffrey is, and we look at it, it's like, yeah, this is not going to happen again. And Saquon goes down, Nick Chubb goes down. I'm thinking to myself, this is why they didn't want to assign you guys, and some of you guys specifically, Saquon Barkley specifically, because I'm gonna tell you this: if this was Saquon Barkley coming up to get paid, and Saquon Barkley had been looking like Christian McCaffrey, and Saquon Barkley had been 100% healthy and had been an Iron Man in this league and had been able to get his 45 carries per game. I know I'm being exact, extra day, but 45 carries per game. He getting 2,000 yards per year, and he looked like he's never gonna slow down. They would have invested in him. They would have thought nothing about it. They would have treated him like Derrick Henry or Ezekiel Elliott early and given him that money. But Saquon Barkley has been injury prone. He became an iffy guy. And what are we already talking about Saquon Barkley in week 3? We don't know if he's gonna play or not. And that's the guy that we are over here fighting about in the offseason to determine if you want to give them more than $10 million or pay them more than the average for their position. Top 5 average when we say this, obviously. And very early, we see that, these guys don't need to be signed. It sucks because we all recognize a running back is necessary. What ends up starting to change now is that we all realize we don't have to pay that running back anymore. That guy that we all grew up... See, and this is when you have to remember sometimes the phrase, oh, this ain't your father's league. You're a father now. So when they say this ain't your father's league, they ain't talking to us anymore, 40-year-olds, 30-year-olds. You're a father. Some of you 20-year-olds, you're a father now. This ain't your league. It's your kids' league. This is your grandkids' league. Like, you understand, you could be 45 and they not even talking about your kid. This is your... It's just your grandson's league now. And then your grandson's league In your son's league, running backs are kind of indisposable. Or kind of disposable, I should say. They end up coming a dime a dozen. Listen, Nick Chubb is already out, but we already hear about Jerome Ford. They're like, hey. Jerome Ford out there came out yesterday and was like, I just been waiting. And this is how executives, teams, coaches kind of feel about running backs. Hey, this guy right here is just waiting. And the only reason why we haven't given you a chance because we ain't paying you that money. We giving it to this guy. Since we giving it to this guy, we got to run him through the ringer first before we can give it to you. Before we can start giving you these touches. We got to get every cent out of him first before we can start giving you touches and do to him what we did to you. Or do to you to do what we did to him. And you know it's coming, but that's the only way for you to get paid at your position. I'm telling you, you kids coming up now, don't even entertain it. Don't even entertain it young anymore. Or if you decide to come in as a running back, understand in your third year you need to start renegotiating your contract. And after that third year, you're gonna be on a 2-year contract every single time if you're lucky. And honestly, who cares if you're not getting a 5-year contract? Who cares if you're not getting a 4-year contract? Get your 3 years and get your 2 years. If you're really good, it just kind of benefits you because you know what? You're not handcuffed to yesterday's market. You can hopefully get a little bit of a boost because of today's market. Hopefully. But really, you should just switch positions. Say screw it. I'll be a wide receiver that you sometimes put back there because this league is no longer filled with comparable running backs. And then you'll get your touches back there. You'll get your passes, and you get paid like a receiver. Listen, it's the reason why Deebo Samuels fought so hard to not be classified as a running back. He's like, nah, I was a wide receiver, B. You just kept on using me like a running back. Like, fuck that. I'm a wide receiver. Because you want to get paid for what you really do and not be handcuffed so much by the salary cap. Or have the salary cap be an excuse on why you're so handcuffed. When it really says that, and it's not about the salary cap, it's just that when we break down the salary cap position, piece by piece, your piece is 1%, or your piece of this pie is valued at 2%. And that's what it really is. You're a 2%er of the salary cap, and that's all they willing to give to you. Because
I don't know, bro. I gotta stop you.
No, stop me.
Because if you go, everybody knows he's a wide receiver. He just didn't want. He wanted to prolong his career, and he didn't want to keep on jeopardizing his career by playing as a running back, and then first of all, not getting paid as such. You putting your career in jeopardy. And number two, everybody knew he was a wide receiver. I mean, he didn't take. It wasn't like he was taking running back snaps. The majority of running back snaps, he was just back there because it wasn't no choice. I mean, he had no choice. But
they didn't have a comparable running back then.
He's almost not even in. Right, he's not. He's almost. He's almost not in the damn picture. So, yeah, I don't think he. Yeah, I mean, Debo's Debo. He's a special type of player. That's like Tyreek too. Like, technically, you could use Tyreek the same way, but they don't. But for real, I mean, he's dynamic. So you got to pay him. Period. I don't care if he's a running back or he's gonna get more than 20 million. If he was a running back and it was like Christian McCaffrey himself, like if you use him as a wide receiver and you split him out half the time, that means he's something else. He's a slash, so you get paid as such. But typically players don't play like that, and I don't know why they don't. It's the stupidest shit in the world to have a Taysom Hill, just as talented as he is, and not have him out there at tight end, at like a slot receiver. You know what I mean? It's just dumb. Like or any kind of or just not. I got a shortage at defensive tackle in the Browns. You got about 7 linemen over here. And one of these big motherfuckers, you tell me this big motherfucker that's 320 pounds can't sit there in the middle on a goal line and play tackle? You know what I mean?
I feel like one of them can't just lean forward and push a line?
Right. You can't put the strong as an ox motherfucker in a tackle on the goal line sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So it just, shit like that is what get under my skin. Like, you think these motherfuckers play both, I'll have these football players play both ways coming up. And they're not one-dimensional. And so that'd be the biggest fallacy, man. You pay all this money, man, but I get it. You don't want to get hurt for doing something that you don't pay him for. But overall, we're trying to fucking win, especially when it comes to like the Super Bowl or whatever. You run through all these drills, not only, but you gonna take some rep at and practice at rep at tackle or tight end. You know what I'm saying? If I got a Miles
just in case. Like, who knows? I want to. Yeah, exactly. Just in case. Or maybe I want to do an exotic package, and I need to switch some shit around. I need you here, just so we can throw things off, and I need to be effective here. And they should be because they're professionals. Like you play the left, you can play the right. You should be able to play the right.
All right. Think about that though.
Like we have an issue like that with our line with Mikal Beck. I think it's Mikal Beckham with the New York Jets. They had an issue with him coming off of his injury about playing left and right. So that's part of the reason why I feel this conversation too. Like it touched personally for me. My bad.
Exactly, but I'm saying like any of these guys, like you telling me that I shouldn't have fucking Stephon Diggs out there at the slot. This motherfucker, he proven he can catch.
See, I'm glad you said this because I didn't want to talk about this yet, but I'm actually gonna bring this in here, right? Because for this very same reason, the New York Jets are getting outcoached, and they're openly allowing themselves to get outcoached. And I don't know if I blame the media. So I'm gonna tell you, part of me is blaming the media on this, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm jokingly blaming the media. Right? I'm not seriously blaming the media. The media loves talking about Darrelle Revis, right?
Trayvon Diggs. I meant Trayvon Diggs, by the way.
In Dallas. Okay.
Yeah.
See, this even ties in more because I'm talking about the defense, right? They like to glorify Darrelle Revis sometimes, and when they talk about Darrelle Revis's dynamic year, right, his shutdown year.
You mean glorified? You should about glorified. Like the Revis Island was a real thing.
No, I know, but I don't think they do. That's what I said. You have to follow me. That's what I said. This is a half joke when I say this, right? Because they glorify Revis Island, but I don't think they do it right at times. When they talk about it, they bring up Randy Moss, they bring up Chad Ochocinco, they bring up Megatron, and I don't think that does them enough justice sometimes, right? That they leave out Rob Gronkowski that he had to guard. They leave out what was that dude's name for the Chargers? Gates. Antonio Gates that he had to guard. Also, in the same game, guarding LaDainian Tomlinson. So, I'm making this personal with the Jets because New York Jets are getting themselves outcoached because they play the zone defense and they have a guy that they consider one of the best corners in the league and they don't travel him. And if you're not going to travel your best corner, not only do you not need to call him or compare him to Darrelle Revis, the best he can be is Richard Sherman. That is the very best you can consider him.
I mean, Richard Sherman wasn't no motherfucker.
He wasn't either. But you can find a way to scheme away. But also remember, Richard Sherman also does. But
you can't compare him and Richard Sherman because
okay, that's what I said. The best
more athletic than that guy, man.
Hey, that's what I said. The best you can compare him to is Richard Sherman. And the reason why I say this,
he'd be better than that though, and because he's the first year. It took Richard Sherman maybe like
this is second year,
2 or 3 years.
Yeah, so this is second year now.
But no, Saucy was the best one. Was a top 5 corner stepping on the fucking field
last year
as a rookie.
Yeah, that was his rookie year. I'm not looking at this year,
and
I'm looking at this year now, and I'm looking at the fact that Robert Salah has come out and said that we play zone, we don't travel our best corner, and you know what I keep seeing? I keep seeing the best wide receiver on the opposing team coming away with 10 plus catches and over 100 yards, and because they keep going away from the side that Sauce Gardner is on. Now,
so you
listen.
You damn if you don't.
No, because there were times where Rex Ryan played zone, but you know what also happened in that zone? Darrelle Revis followed your best player. And everybody else you play zone. Darrelle Revis is gonna go follow Antonio Gates. Darrelle Revis is covering Randy Moss. Darrelle Revis is covering Rob Gronkowski. And Darrelle Revis is covering Ochocinco in the slot. Darrelle Revis is covering Cha-Cha motherfucker in the slot. So he'll cover your tight end, he'll cover your goal guy, he'll cover your regular big ass wide receiver. He's covering your slot. He's covering your out of your backfield running back that likes to that you like to use in the pass game. He's covered all of them. Revis Island wasn't on the right side. Revis Island was everywhere you wanted to be, like American Express. Because, as Raven said, instead of saying, oh, the right side of this field is wrapped off, then we could just scheme and pass everything to the left side. And unless you have the Legion of Boom over there, that left side is exposed. And that's what's happening. Instead of saying, you know what? Let's let Sauce eliminate your best player, and then you guys can go ahead and double and take over the top on their second guy if he needs help, and that's how you game plan. But right now, Rob Salah is getting way too cute for himself. He should be in a goddamn Barbie movie. He sounds so goddamn cute. Oh, that's not our defense. Well, your defense has to change because you're being gashed by the other team's wide receiver. Lamb gashed you. Diggs gashed you. But you can't let him travel? You pay him per diem, he gets millions of dollars, let this motherfucker travel. But also, I gotta put it on Sauce a little bit. And I'm not saying that Sauce isn't doing this, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. I see why cornerbacks and wide receivers get called divas. Because right now, I am telling Sauce, you need to get demonstrative if you have to. And the moment he gets demonstrative, you're gonna be labeling him a diva. I need Garrett Wilson to get demonstrative. I need Breece Hall to get demonstrative that he's getting 4 touches in the game. I averaged 20 yards a carry last game, and I get 4 touches? 4? Garrett Wilson can catch anything in a 30-yard radius thrown to him. He's like Elastic Man over here. He's goddamn Luffy from One Piece. You target him 4 times? Meanwhile, on the other end, CeeDee Lamb is getting 12 targets. On the other end, Stephon Diggs is getting 15 targets. With pressure. I am ready in week 2 to reset the whole entire Jets coaching staff. Because I haven't seen one person that knows what they're doing. If Rob Salah's theory is to run zone, then I need a defensive coordinator to say, fuck that. If Rob Salah's theory is to play dink and dunk with Zach Wilson, I need the offensive coordinator to say, fuck that. We're going to run this ball 40 times and see if they can keep up. Like, I'm sorry. When you find these guys, right? Not these pussyfoot guys like Saquon Barkley. These real running backs. Like Nick Chubb, right? Like Ezekiel Elliott in his early days. Like Derrick Henry. They didn't get it. If Derrick Henry had 4 touches in the game, the coach is being fired the next game. That's who you have with Breece Hall. You can literally dictate a game through the running game. And then you still got Dalvin Cook. How the hell are you not running? You're scared your running back is going. You're scared your quarterback is going to make a mistake. Run the ball 50 fucking times. He ain't gonna be a lot of mistakes then. And you know what happens after you've been running the ball 7-8 plays in a row. The defense is starting to look tired. You see them trying to take a breath, play action because they're gonna bite heavy because they're lazy. Not lazy, they're tired. They're gonna cheat when you're tired. You abolish your basics. You abolish all your techniques. You do out of the ordinary things when you're fatigued. Because you're trying to make up for it. That's when you gash him for a play action. I'm watching this game and I'm saying to myself, yo, if this was Rex, I've never, oh my God. I've never wanted Rex Ryan to coach a team so bad in my life. I have never wanted Rex Ryan to coach a team so bad in my life. Because Rex Ryan would have produced way more than this. Would he have waited 6 quarters to finally score like the New York Giants did? No. But he would have at least had him looking better than what these New York Jets are. Sorry, Giants. It took you 6 quarters to finally decide to join the 2023-24 season. Granted, you finally beat a team that was trying to lose. It is the most impressive comeback victory in Giant history. And I wouldn't clap a butt cheek over it. Sorry, Chilwell. I got carried away. Oh, shit. We already lost Chilwell. I know what happened. Man, I need a break. I do. I really do. I think I do need a break after that. That was exhausting. Because I didn't want to talk Jets yet. I was really saving Jets talk for you guys. But couldn't help it. I am beyond fed up in week 2 of this New York Jets. And I know Woody Johnson loves Rex Ryan. I'm going to tell you right now, Woody, not one Jet would be upset. Not one Jet fan would be upset if you fired Rob Salah today and hired Rex Ryan. I don't know what it is about Rex. It's a sexy Rexy. When Rex had a team, he was good. Like I'm telling you right now, Rex gets this team, we at least go to the AFC Championship without Aaron Rodgers. Like, oh my God. So, the first drive of this play, that the Jets had, I remember it was 4th and 1. I remember them getting into formation. Even when it was 3rd and 1, I was thinking to myself, are they going to kick this? There's no way. It was right then to myself. I was like, damn, I wish we had Rex. Because you know Rex is going for it. That's to set a tone. They go for it. They snap it. They go for it. They get it. But they get another 3 and out immediately. Because you go away from what makes you good. You want your offensive line to be better? Okay, your offensive line is bad at going backwards. You said you had one of the worst offensive lines. Maybe because at going backwards. Meaning that they don't pass protect well. Let's see how some of these 300-pounders feel going forward and just leaning on motherfuckers. Because you know what they like to do? They like to go forward. I get it. Nick Mangold and Fat Thor. Nick Mangold and Fat Thor. The Brigashaw Ferguson. Like, these guys are not there. Maybe if Aaron Rodgers wasn't quite here and they were able to stay a little bit patient, maybe this year could have been really the year to try to get that offensive lineman that you're talking about. That can really make that push forward. But excuse me. You can't have not just your wide receiver, not just your quarterback constantly going backwards, but your whole entire offensive line constantly going backwards. That means you're constantly putting them in retreat mode. You're putting them basically in prevent mode. And we all know nobody likes prevent mode. Prevent mode kind of feels like loser mode. And because you don't have a guy back there that just gashes defenses. If you had a gasher of defense, then maybe those guys enjoy it. But you don't. What you have is some blunt forced objects named Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook. Those guys this should be emphasized around. And then everything else will open up. I promise you. I promise you. If teams thought and game planned for you running 45 to 50 times a game, the straight bludgeon, blunt force object, jackhammer, 50 pumps, like your last sexual experience. If they had to prepare for that every single game, there would be a different mindset of teams adding because you know what? Then they know you as a physical team. See, like, you guys got good runners, but you're still too cute. Cute ass quarterback that likes MILFs. Nah, you ain't dog enough yet. You need dogs. Dogs go forward. But we're still 1-1, and that's something to look forward to. Like the New York Giants, even though it took them 6 quarters to finally join this season, they're 1-1. They had a couple of bad games here, good games here and there, both New York Jets and New York Giants. I'm just curious, right? Because I can't get past the quarterback talk that keeps revolving around New York sports, or at least the New York Jets. And you're not gonna hear this here from me. What you probably will end up hearing here from me is the constant I don't want to say justification of it, right? But I'm gonna constantly take up for it, and just in a simple sense that through the first 6 weeks, it would have been considered good with Aaron Rodgers to go 3-3, because you anticipated losses to Buffalo, maybe, even though you wanted to win that first one. Right, but let's put up the Jets up schedule. Let's because while you thought you was gonna beat New England, right? You thought there was a chance that you thought you could lose to Dallas, lose to Buffalo. Excuse me. It's so funny too. I got the Jets schedule in my calendar. So in this 3-3 that you're talking about, Buffalo was first. Right? And then it was Dallas. Those are supposed to be 2 L's. Even though you wanted to come up with a good showing on Buffalo, that was 2 L's. Patriots with Aaron Rodgers was a dub. Right? Then you had Kansas City. That's an L. Then you had the Broncos. You're looking at that as a dub. Then you had the Eagles. That was possibly an L. Right? That's 4 L's already. That's 4 L's already. But you was hoping to come away with that first game against Buffalo. So there was too often I heard Aaron Rodgers 3-3 will take that. Aaron Rodgers 3-3 will take that through the first 6 games. If you don't believe that Zach Wilson could even shine Aaron Rodgers' shoes, how is not going 3-3 for Zach Wilson a failure? If you thought Aaron Rodgers going 3-3 was acceptable, who can you bring in here that's available that can do better than that? This is the madness of being a Jets fan. Because you weirdos don't make sense. If Aaron Rodgers was 3-3 was acceptable, who could you bring in here better than Aaron Rodgers? Which means that anything less than 3-3 from anybody else, outside of starting out 0-6, should be tolerable. Because you were reaching to try to get 3-3 with Aaron Rodgers, but also with Aaron Rodgers, like, okay, we're in every single game. Even though 3-3 is the least, you could be 6-0, you could be 5-1, you could be. It's a lot of could have been. But ultimately, 3-3 would have been acceptable with Aaron Rodgers, which means that 2-4 is acceptable with Zach Wilson. Who else can you bring in here that's not going to get you 2-4? If 3-3 is acceptable with Aaron Rodgers, that means 1-5 is feasible with anybody else. Because we have a hellish schedule in the first 6 games. Aaron Rodgers is supposed to be the buffer to help us be even, 50-50, average. Aaron Rodgers was going to help us be average. And if there's not a quarterback better than Aaron Rodgers out there, means everybody else's expectation is below average. Whether their name is Zach Wilson or if their name is Kirk Cousins, whether their name is former New England's quarterback, the black guy that's been everywhere, Jacoby Brissett, Tyrod Taylor, Colt McCoy. Matthew Stafford, like who is better than Aaron Rodgers to bring in here that's available that you could think of getting? So if you can't think of, you're right, ain't no way we beat it. And 2-4 is your reality, regardless of who you have. 1-5 is your reality, regardless of who you have. Not named Aaron freaking Rodgers. This is why like this is gonna kill me because I feel like this. If they don't do anything, we're gonna hear this for 6 weeks. I'm gonna have to tell you guys. I'm gonna have to remind you, idiots. I shouldn't call you guys idiots. You're just fans, and you're overzealous fans, and you're kind of not firing on all brain cells right now. But you can't expect for another quarterback to come in here and be as good as Rodgers when there's nobody out there better than Rodgers. You can't suddenly hold Zach Wilson to Aaron Rodgers standards when you barely thought Aaron Rodgers was gonna do better than that given this schedule. I understand the Jets not trying to make a move right now. I understand it. Based off what I just told you. Who in here is going to do better than Rodgers? Which means that you're really bringing in somebody here for the second half of the season. That's what that is. And hoping they can help you make that push in the second half of the season and help sneak into the playoffs. But even with Aaron Rodgers here, there were correspondents and pundits that thought that it was going to be hard for the Jets to make the playoffs. There were people out there that didn't even think the Jets would make the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers. So why is there such a big case for them to have to get a quarterback now that it's Zach Wilson if you didn't think it was going to make it with Aaron Rodgers? Who is better than Aaron that's not going to take us to the playoffs? This is why I understand starting Zach Wilson. I'm going to say this again because at least he will now get these reps. He now gets the opportunity to learn. Whoever you bring in here doesn't help Zach Wilson learn. Doesn't help Zach Wilson get better. You know what it does do? It bridges a year of bringing somebody to do something that Zach Wilson could have done, to bring in Aaron Rodgers next year, for you to still have another question mark whenever they leave about what Zach Wilson can really do. At least here he gets playing time. At least here he gets some experience. You know what? You know some of the best experience out there? OJT, on the job training. You can beat your meat as many times as you want to. You ain't gonna know what you're doing until you actually get your ass to some pussy. Right now, Zach,
I don't know who you don't be, dog.
I didn't even know you said it.
I don't know.
I love this. What's that?
It depends who you is, because I ain't gonna lie. I shit you not. The first time I had sex, she thought I wasn't no virgin. So watching porn help. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying it depends on the person, man. Some people's confidence needs to be there, and for you to understand a game and go into it confidently, it takes more time for some than others. If you out there just winging it and you don't know what the fuck you're doing or you just can't figure it out, that destroys you. So it's everybody got their different timeline. I don't think Aaron Rodgers would have been Aaron Rodgers if he would have just got thrown in there first year. You know, it took him 3 years he was sitting the bench.
Yep.
So he was there like he like shit. I've been ready. You know what I mean? And that's typically the development of quarterbacks. That's how it should go.
Uh-huh.
You should be on the bench for 3 years unless you're that exceptional. unless you are that exceptional. You know what I'm saying? You should be on the bench 3 years. I mean, I wouldn't even mind if I'm Zach sitting on the bench 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Just,
Exactly.
You know, most, a year or 2 years maybe. Hey, why not?
Listen,
Because at the end of the day, it's just prolonging your career.
most of the greats, right, of the past, of recent, and currently in the game, right, of the quarterbacks that we think are going to be some of the future Hall of Famers, 98% of them sat on the bench first. I can't think of too many, really. Like when you got when they named quarterbacks that started day one, that made it to the Hall of Fame and have been successful, those are outliers. You understand? Remember, every time it happens, they name 1, 2, or 3, while the other 97 that you can think of sat for some time. Even the ones that kind of you think suck but are tearing up the league right now, they are tearing up the league with time to sit and analyze it from the bench for a little bit. Truly. Or they come from places that have great coaches. Because I'm starting to think, like, I'm starting to wonder to myself, how is this happening with Green Bay again? Outside of for the simple fact, maybe they have the ability to not just sit, right? But to sit worry-free. To play loosey-goosey, right? To play with some freedom. And not have to, and with everybody loving you and appreciating you, right? And backing you up and cooking you dinner and sending you cookies. Instead of living in New York, where every time you make an interception, you get a death note at your house. Right? Like there's something to say about being able to play and feel that you can make mistakes versus playing and think that you have to play perfect. Because I don't know how Green Bay is developing all of these quarterbacks back to back to back. But also, there's some players, or we don't want to.
I just told you how. Yes, you do. I just told your ass how.
No. I'm saying like because they had that opportunity to sit back. But I'm saying that. But also I'm adding into it the caveats.
They drafted QB early. Let them wait for 2 years, and then he roll them out there. That's what the fuck happens. And that's what I think. But they make sure they're capable. But it's easier for them to learn from somebody like an Aaron Rodgers. And then you just ain't sitting them to sit them, right? You ain't sitting behind somebody shitty. You sitting them behind a guy that's a legend.
Yeah. So even if he's standoffish from you, you still get to see greatness in action every single day. Pick up on their mannerisms, their idiosyncrasies, see their patterns.
A lot what not to do from Brett Favre. Yes.
Yeah. I was just talking about that about my big brother. I was like, I learned a lot what not to do from my oldest big brother.
And I learned from my father.
He's like, he was a perfect. I was like, yo, he taught me. I was like, all right, because he always got caught. So I was like, oh, okay, I know not to do that when I do that. Like he ain't do nothing he never got caught doing. So I got.
And so that's exactly what happened.
So I got you for here for a little bit, right? And I'm not ready to continue with some football yet. At least not professional football. And you weren't here for this section, so I want to give you some time to talk about this. I don't even want to call it this Colorado thing. This Deion Sanders thing that's going on. Yo, he is moving like a phenomenon. He's like Deion's Comet. It's like he's must see, but if he got too close, he's leaving a little bit of destruction everywhere he goes, in a good way. Did you see this Colorado game this weekend, Chillwell? Sorry.
Yeah, I did, and it was probably next to the. Although Nick Chubb got hurt, that Browns game was absolutely a fucking awesome game. Mm-hmm. Like if you even with no offense, if you just sit there and look, that Browns game was fucking. I mean, it didn't go in my favor, but from the first fucking play, it was pure fucking awesome game, and it was hard to beat the Colorado game. The Colorado was something else, man, and them boys came to play. Colorado State, they weren't fucking around. They wasn't fucking around at all. Mm-hmm. You can call them boys, that boy, they hit dirty or whatever. It's all in football. Like you call, either way, they was not scared of them boys. They came to fucking play, and that Yeah, and that was good. After what he said, for them to back it up like they did.
Yeah.
Technically, they should have won that game. For them to back it up, I think the refs might have got to him a little bit, but at the end of the day, you know that it is a phenomenon. Deion, that's a good word. It's like a comment. Haley's kind of like Deion's comment. That definitely is a thing because he's moving. Whether you like him or not, overall he's a good dude, and he's leading men, and he's asking them not to be apologetic. And that's never going to be a good thing. People are going to hate him, and they're going to love him.
It's unapologetic and respectful and God-fearing and parent respected at the same time. Like the key thing you said, he's leading men because he's also teaching them how to be men. Like he's definitely teaching these guys how to be men. Because when that hit happened, their whole team could have erupted, and that could have been a mini skirmish on the field for a while. Instead, it was like, okay, I see you, I got you. Just wait. We gonna make sure that we come away with the thing that matters the most, and that's the W. Like they didn't let the emotions get away with them. They didn't get super caught up or hyped up in the moment. Like because I'm still surprised there wasn't a bench clearing after that hit. Like it was one of those things where you see a massive, like a little mini huddle happening at the epicenter of that hit.
Right.
But instead,
you said you talking about the big hit?
The hit with Henry Blackburn on Travis Hunter.
Yeah. To get the death threats, man, that was kind of disgusting. Cause it ain't that serious, but
it's college football. Like it's disgusting, but then also this is the unfortunate environment that sports and even more so I feel like college football breeds. But let's not act like death threats haven't happened in basketball and football and all these other ones. We know that death threats have happened and been carried out in soccer. like let's not forget what is it? Was it the Mexican national team? Right? But don't in case you guys don't know, there are actually stories. What's going on, Michaela? Hey, it's Michaela! Michaela! And your name is that's my goddaughter. That's how I say her name. Michaela! And her name actually on Twitter, it looks like it's Michaela! Okay, I gotta get back. How's your brother doing? I gotta smack him upside the head next time I see him. By the way, these kids, boy, it's like one of all my friends' kids. I gotta go smack upside the head recently. Like I don't know. This is going back to school thing. I don't know what's going on. It's just error. I'm not even blaming on this error. It's teenagers. Teenagers are just assholes. They're just all assholes at this stage. And we all are, for no reason. We were all assholes. I was an asshole as a teenager, for no reason. It's like with teenage stage comes an assholeness to your parents and your elders for no reason. Because you know what?
Damn, excuse you.
Excuse me? It's the first time you think you've grown. And you start feeling like you've grown, and that's the problem right there. You think your feelings are valid. Them shits ain't valid until you own your own shit. Now, chill, okay, I just said that in jest. Am I wrong? Is that a toxic way of thinking? Is that a cultural way of thinking? Or is that just, yeah, that's kind of how shit is?
I mean, I wasn't necessarily following. I completely. You mean you talking about the coach?
No. I was just joking around, and I was making some parental. Cause I was talking about teenagers being little shitheads.
Fuck your feelings.
Yeah, and then one of them having that feelings. I'm like their feelings that aren't really valid until they own their own shit. for real.
Yeah, in your house for sure. In your house, just fuck your feelings. You're right. That motivates any child to get the hell out.
That's how I'm trying to feel. Is that cultural? Is that kind of how things are?
Sure that's a black person. That's a poor person thing, probably. It depends. It's more prevalent definitely in our culture. I can't speak to other cultures completely, but I'm pretty sure Mexican culture is definitely is like if you got a mama who cares about you, for sure. Black, Mexican, any kind of like definitely Puerto Rican, Dominican, Jamaican for sure. Yeah, shit, fuck, man. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it probably you would think it's like it's different. It's different. It's different in I want to say Caucasian. I mean, but they raise their kid. Depending on where you come from, they don't fuck around either. I got it's mixed reviews, but for the majority, I would think it'd be more prevalent. Like give your kid thoughts and let them close their room door and let them have shit to themselves and like ain't none of that going on. Not if you 10 years old, you ain't got shit. You ain't. Matter of fact, you taking the door out the hinge.
Yo,
no doors around here.
Yo, okay, I'm gonna pause you right here for a second. So,
hell no.
This is me talking about teenagers being little assholes. A friend of mine's, his son has been acting up in school recently, right? And I was like, man, I told him flat, I'm like, you guys are good, because I was like, not only would this little motherfucker been grounded for a whole year, I would have thrown him his Sweet 16 party or quinceañera, whichever it was. He would have still been grounded in his room while everybody celebrated his birthday. And I was like, and not only that, that motherfucker would have been lucky if he had a goddamn door with hinges on it. That was my question. That motherfucker would have been lucky if he even had a room with a door on it. Because no, you get no privacy no more. You just lost all this shit for a whole year. But when they heard me say this, they know I'm for real, because I've gone to gatherings, like you have with your friends and stuff. I've had to babysit nieces of mine at that time, and they can't stay at the house by themselves. I'm not gonna stop what I'm doing. No, come with me. Bring your schoolwork. Bring that big ass dictionary that we have. You'll be doing schoolwork in the corner while we all celebrate and have a festive time. And when everybody asked me what's going on, I'm like, nah, she got work to do. She was acting up. Well, he had work to do. He was acting up. And even after they be like, nah, come on, I'm like, no, go sit your ass back there in the corner. Don't listen to them, cause you don't have to deal with them when you get back home. And I always have to tell them too. You get surprised how often you end up repeating because you catch yourself at times. The moment that you catch it, and you catch it throughout your existence as an adult, regurgitating the rhetoric that your elders have said to you. And when you catch that moment, you be like, "Oh God damn it, it's the same shit this motherfucker said to me." You be like, "Oh God damn it, I sound like so and so." You can't help it. That's the realization of maturity when you start realizing like, "Oh shit, I wasn't even trying to sound like this motherfucker, and I'm saying the same exact thing that they're saying unconsciously." And then you realize I was an asshole as a teenager, cause I've been getting the same knowledge and I ain't take that shit. And then you realize you're dealing with another little asshole that's gonna do the same shit. Teenagers, they're an antonym for assholes.
Yeah, they are little fucking dickheads. But I mean that's true. I've been going through a lot with my daughter lately, and it's just horrible, bro. And they don't take shit seriously until something slap them in the face. And that's typically for people in general. So it's just a process, though. You gotta know that. You gotta give them the groundwork. When it comes to kids, there's no pamphlet, right? There's no book. You gotta give them the groundwork and still let the groundwork in them. So when they fucking up, they know like they fucking up. Like you know you're doing wrong. You hear me in the back of your head, like, hey. You know you're doing fucking. You know you fucking.
Like even when it's quiet and you're trying to ignore it, you're like, hey.
Yeah, you know, you my little son, and you know you going in raw at 18. You know you fucking up. You fucking up. And well, the whole time you hear me in the back of your head, why the fuck are you doing this? Mm-hmm. And so when you burning at the hospital, it ain't no remorse. Hey, that's the fuck you get. You just gotta get that medicine.
You know what you say though, like, hey, remember when you was young and you stuck that fork in the thing I told you not to, and you still did it anyway? That's exactly what you just did. You just stuck your fork in that goddamn thing. I done told you a billion times. Hot.
Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah. So that's the thing. That's the thing, especially pretty ones. The pretty ones is the worst.
Oh man.
Versus, you know what I'm saying? The pretty
Because
ones is the worst.
you know why? Because they no longer have a song telling them never trust a big butt and a smile. Like we had songs that warned us.
Yeah, for sure. Yes.
Instead of not trusting a big butt and a smile, you know what they're telling these kids to do now? When you see a big butt, eat it out. Like, hey, yo, like pause.
That's
shit
crazy.
Comes from there, and shit just rolls.
Yeah.
I still don't like Chill Will. I don't know if this. Okay, so there's at times, cause how I feel about this subject, that I don't know if it's just good morals or if I'm sounding old, because I remember me growing up, and the same way I feel about eating ass is how older niggas felt about eating pussy when I was growing up, and I'm just like, I know how these niggas sound, but these are two different things we're talking about here, like. And half of you motherfuckers don't even know how to wash your ass properly. Like, I'm sorry. Like, man.
You are so, bro. I say that shit all the time. You sound, bro, we on the same page. It's all conversation, especially young ones. They don't even know how to fucking wash up, man. pH balance off. They out here getting fucked. They got 30 bodies by 19. They just getting ran through and they think the shit cute because they trying to be men. That shit is, you got a coochie hole. Anything that, if you fuck around with, if you don't take care of it, smell like a garbage fucking truck, that's not to be played with.
Like, I've had a chick that threw out my own pH balance. I told that shit to my homegirl. She's like, wait a minute. You guys can get your pH balance thrown off? I'm like, yes. I wish it could be thrown the fuck off. This shit just be smelling for no reason. Like, what the fuck is this? This ain't normal. That bitch.
You know, how the fuck do you even fix a dude's pH balance? I know they go and they do weird shit. Maybe they take, I don't know, bacteria medicine or some shit. I don't know. But I don't even know how to do. The dudes just probably be fucked. I don't know. The one damn thing is that I'm not, fuck that, I'm not, man, I don't even like talking to young women, especially young, this be the young ones, the words be like, damn, right? You look like $1 million, but you smell like fucking trash. Like you smell like a garbage dump. Like that shit crazy. Give you a hug. If I can smell your coochie when I give you a hug, oh my word. Looking like an Instagram. Looking like Instagram gorgeous. Give me a hug. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Looking like you perfected your filters in real life. Smelling like you slept outside for the last 3 days.
Smell like dead cat. Like this shit crazy.
And dead cat is different than Badussy. We know what Badussy smells. No, you was in the military. Has any one of your sergeants ever busted into your room and be like, yeah, it smells like Badussy in here. It smells like straight Badussy in here. Open up a window. Like, has any of your soldiers done that shit to you? I feel like
I ain't fuck around. I didn't fuck around with my room. No, I like smells. Growing up, you know, that kitchen, that bathroom gonna be, you know, your mom, you get your ass whooped. That kitchen, that bathroom gonna be clean. But like smell, like man, those smells, bro. I ain't.
So I got a question.
I mean, I guess
I got a question for you. Let's say you grew up in the social media, in the text message and social media era, and you left your mom. And listen, we're talking about even a 25-year-old child that was living at home with his mom still. Let's just say this was happening, and you left that bathroom messy.
Oh, I came back home. That's a fact.
What kind of message? What message would your mama text you if you left that bathroom messy?
Oh, my mama wouldn't even text me. She gonna wait till she ain't gonna text me. She gonna wait. She gonna wait till I get to.
But if she did text you,
she's gonna be like, it's gonna be. She gonna surprise. Like she's subtle with it. She gonna surprise you. I got something for you when I get home.
Now in that text message,
home,
even at 25,
I got something for you.
I got a question. In that message, even at 25, is your mother giving a fuck about your feelings?
No, my mom, she got something to say. She got something. She might. No, older she might have a little bit, but overall.
I'm talking about a 25-year-old. I'm talking about a 25-year-old you still in the house. And if you
she
were,
feel like she disrespected, my mama, I'm saying she gonna wait till I come home, and she might slug me in the chest. You know what I'm saying? And she hit like a man. My mama hit like a man, so that shit hurt. I ain't gonna give a fuck. She gonna watch you. She gonna watch you quiver, watch you on the floor, and then she gonna say, "Oh, you all right? I'll get you some ice. You can nurse you back to health."
I needed some people to hear that. I really needed some people to hear. Did you hear this?
No, what's the topic?
Okay. I threw a hypothetical at my friend, right? Things came up. We was talking about teenagers being assholes, right? And I asked him hypothetically if he grew up in the text message era, and there was a 25-year-old Chill Will living at home with his mom, and he left that bathroom dirty. What would happen? Chill, you mind repeating your answer for me real quick? Just sum it up real quick.
Oh yeah, I would. First of all, my mama don't text, but she would say, "I got something for you when you get home." And she when I walk through the door, it'd probably be a straight slug to the chest. If she felt disrespected, she asked me to do something, I didn't do it. Oh yeah, she's slugging her in the chest real quick, especially if you've been drinking, and then nurse you back to health after you get up, cause that shit hurt like a motherfucker. Cause that. Her punch is really like, if she know how to hit you in the right spots, like where your joints, like disjoin from your body, she'll punch you right there like, wow, and then you be on the floor like, damn, what the fuck? I think my bone broke. No, it's good. Just gonna put some ice on me. You all right?
Now,
next time you in the bathroom.
Now, in any way or form that your mother decided to communicate with you, is she considering your feelings?
I mean, not after that, because if she feel disrespectful, no, she not after that. She will initially. She consider you as a grown up. I mean, when I was little, and you ask a 25-year-old me, yeah, she gonna consider my feelings 25-year-old me. But my 13-year-old me, that's the better question. What would happen to 13-year-old me?
No, I need specifically.
Yeah,
I need 20.
That's
I need 25, yo.
That's really my ass. 25. I just typically didn't disrespect my mom. We could cuss, but we couldn't cuss at her. And we wouldn't dog, but we was good kids though overall. But when you sitting there over the deep end, my mama had hands, and she wasn't afraid to put hands on you, like for real. And if you hear her back, she got uncles, she got brothers. I mean, she got brothers. She got brothers that's gonna come over there. You know what I can hear.
So let's say your mother was a texter, and she said, let me find the proper words. I need this fucking bathroom clean when I get home.
Just out the blue. First message of the day.
Very first message of the day. She had to hit you up. I need this shit cleaned. How are you feeling?
Bro, she polite. So she don't cuss. She don't say, leave the bathroom a mess again.
No. I'm saying no. I'm giving you the words. I'm giving you the words.
Oh.
Get this shit. I need like the bathroom looks like shit again. I need this shit cleaned.
And you know it's gonna be a problem when you get home.
How are you receiving it? It's a 25-year-old Chill Will. Yes.
I know she pissed. I mean, that's how I'm receiving it. I know she pissed. She cussed. My mama cussed. She pissed. Period.
Are you offended?
I'm probably. No, because I probably fucked up. I'm not offended at all because I probably deserved it. If she cussing, I probably deserved it. That's how I think about it. But
now,
it's warranted because
if you felt offended, do your feelings matter?
Oh yeah, no, fuck that. I ain't cussing. If your feelings matter in the first place, I would be cussing. Well, I'm a person that like seek accountability with myself first.
Now, would you think that your mother's love for you would be any less after that, through that interaction?
Oh no, it's your parents' job to teach you, not call you. Because when you get out in this world, guess what happens when you don't clean that bathroom if you're a janitor? Guess when you have to clean that bathroom if you are somebody that's I don't know, just as anything.
Like you didn't clean that pool if you're a pool cleaner. You didn't spray that weed if you're a weed sprayer.
Right,
you know what I mean? You didn't put that towel on if you're.
Or you ain't clean, say you ain't clean.
And remember, I'm asking about this very specific, like let's say a 25-year-old chill will. So new into adulthood, right? Trying to get their footing into the world, trying to get their, etch their place of respect into society. And this is why I keep reverting back.
She don't want you to find out the hard way.
To that very specific age. I keep getting back there. Okay.
Well, first of all, it's gonna be like I bet you don't do that shit at your job. That's what she probably would. Cause let me say something smart back. I bet you don't do that shit at your job where you make money at. So don't come into my motherfucking house and do it. Treat them. I ain't trying to be racist, but she'll say that she treat them white folks different than you treat me. Oh, that's gonna piss her off. Really, she gonna start thinking about it, and that's when the build up comes. That's what you don't want. When her just start rationalizing. Oh, you go over to your motherfucking your daddy house, you clean his motherfucking house up, and you can't do the shit there, or you go to your auntie or your best friend house when you
now
do that shit nowhere else. But
even at 25, if you spoke back to your mother and felt some type of way with the way that she was approaching you, what might be her response?
I don't give a fuck. I mean, she ain't gonna care. What? Treat me like a grown up, act like a motherfucking grown up. That's what's gonna be the response. Treat you like a grown up, act like a motherfucking grown up, and then you get treated like one. Or treated like one. Until then, fuck your feelings.
Now, if you kept on trying to validate your feelings and your point, would you be surprised if your mom was like, you know what? You want these points validated, you can validate them in your own shit.
In your own goddamn house. Yeah, I know. It ain't that. It's just get the fuck out then. There go the dough. There go the dough. That's the one. That's the good word. There go the dough. Don't let the dough knob hit you with the good low split you.
That was your phase back in the day? That was your phase back in the day?
Listen, this is every kid growing up with their parent.
Don't let the what?
What did you say? Don't let the door hit you with the good Lord split you? Is that what you said? Is that what you said, or you said something else?
You remember that, don't you?
I remember that one. Yo, I do know that one. Oh yeah, I know that one for a fact. Don't let the door hit you with the good Lord split you. And if you're a woman, that means you could get hit from the front or the back. It doesn't matter which way you're facing.
As long as you get the hell out of my house, I don't give a damn where you go.
At least for men, the door's always gonna hit you in the back. Oh, see, women like to talk. So after you walk out, you try to turn around and say some shit. Don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you. You never heard that one?
Right.
What? Yeah, talk to your mama. She ain't been throwing enough old school euphemisms around you. She hit you with that Jamaican shit. Come on to my yard. Move your bumper ass. Man, I have time for you know me.
I'm gonna tell you, I can pick up any kind of accent in the world, bro. Jamaican accent is the fucking worst thing to pick. Like, if you truly like, that's the hardest shit for me to pick up.
Man,
like, I know, like, it's just either I know it or I don't. But that's what I figure. Like, y'all got certain shit that y'all say and y'all run together. Sometimes it's just it's y'all words, y'all words, like them they words that I don't fucking know, that I'm not accustomed to, because I gotta, and then they say something like, oh, what the fuck is that?
Oh no,
like, I don't know what the fuck
there's a word called una, and una means like they or them. Una romp too much, like you guys play too much. Una.
That's the first one you learn. I was just that's a perspective from one person.
I was just giving you but it sounds very eerily similar without knowing personally what's happening.
Correct.
I'm just like, so
An overview.
so when you don't take things personally and put unvalidated feelings into them, then it's just
No.
business.
Now, would you hold a grudge after
Of course not.
situations? That's your perspective.
Oh,
Right.
so you want me, you want to ask? You want to interact with he's still there. He's still here. Can you?
Oh, no, I look a mess.
You come closer.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yo, you can hear you. Just come closer to the mic.
Oh. Would you hold a grudge afterwards, like with anything that you basically encountered with your mom?
Whereas with my mama, no, you love your mama. Your mama, you know your mama ain't gonna tell you wrong. She always gonna tell you right. Well, depending on, I can't say that for everybody.
Because males are different
But
from
from her
women.
mama, huh?
Males are different from women.
What do you mean?
So,
Different.
men, y'all don't care about nothing. You guys are nonchalant, for one. And then two, y'all never take nothing to the heart. I don't think so.
Emotional is what you're saying.
Right.
Yes, that's facts. But that don't mean that just because you're a woman, you have to be super emotional when it's not logical. Like you can still fight some of that. It's just like asking a man to keep his dick in his pants. Like you expect him to do that. It's against our nature, but we still do it. So maybe it against your nature to be
Definitely against the nature.
Right. So I mean, it's not like you're not an animal. We can expect you to see reason, even if you don't like it, and not take something to heart, especially if you know the reasoning is for your best good. If you feel like they're just being selfish or unreasonable, then that's different. Anybody's gonna take that to heart. But if you feel like your mom is 9 times out of 10 right, and you're just being entitled, then and you can't see that. That's not a her problem. That's a you problem. You know what I'm saying? That's just a self-centeredness that I don't know. Like a lot of times, I can say they may have created that. But after you so old, that ain't no excuse no more. What you went through in your past ain't no excuse. Don't nobody have to put up with your shit. You need to fix it. Go to counseling or I don't know, go to Buddha or God.
Me like see a
whatever, but you gotta
psychiatrist.
fix your shit.
Because most jobs nowadays, if you have health insurance, your health insurance allows you at least 3 counseling sessions a month, bare minimum. Because based off your era, you guys need a lot of mental and counseling because we ignored our mental issues. We just took it out of our kids. I'm joking. So most people look. Listen, I have a nephew that's younger than me that he doesn't understand the simpleness of counseling. Don't touch them. Don't touch that.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Right? And I was like, so you got a good job. You work at Home Depot. I'm pretty sure you have good insurance. Go get some free counseling. Like you don't gotta just sit there and be crazy. Go get counseling and have somebody deal with your crazy shit and talk you through it. I got a counselor. I got 2 counselors. I got one for anger and I got one for PTSD.
Oh my.
Exactly. Like I said earlier today when I wanted to punch you in your face, I was serious. I wanted to smash that whole entire thing in, like flatten it like a notebook and then take notes. Yeah. But I'm not a savage. And I know how to we learn how to restrain and control ourselves. And we go through the steps. Smoke a joint, drink a beer, Husa Yum Ho Rende Ko. Before you have to knock out some Yo Ho Rende Ko. Well, exactly. I'm out of beers for today.
Thank you.
Dagnabbit.
Listener.
That's my niece. And that's Chill Will. That's our senior
Oh,
old
that's your
hot.
niece?
Yeah, that's my niece. She's having problems with her mama. So I throw you I do you some not so hypothetical hypotheticals. And
So what I can say though is whenever you're dealing with your parents, especially in their home, always don't just not be a bother, not be a burden, be a asset because it's family. We tend to take them for granted, and sometimes although we under their roof, they got certain rules and always respect that. So if you can, but if you have a disagreement, sometimes it don't even matter. It's just their house and their rules, and that gives you the motivation to get your own shit. You know what I'm saying? So either way, it's gonna be a good thing. But you just know how to deal with your parents. Overall, though, always love them, always respect them, and for the most part, if you're doing like I ain't gotta come home and worry about cleaning up. If that shit always done, the bathroom's always done. It ain't the attitude of well, I didn't dirty it up, so I ain't gotta clean it. No,
that's not my
so what?
mentality.
So stuff like that. Like if you gotta say stuff like that, that kind of causes a rift. But if you're gonna add, cook every once in a while, do all those things, they'll be way more lenient or way more giving on other areas because they feel like you're responsible and you look out for them and you care for them.
As an adult,
just as much as they care for you. And then they can start taking you seriously. They, you know what I'm saying? They can, hey, and cause sometimes as great parents, we do take them for granted, like all our, because we just used to get in our way sometimes. But if you can treat them like you do that stranger up the street, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I try to tell anybody. Like, we gotta start treating each other like we would meet a stranger on the street. Sometimes be polite, sometimes be loving. Sometimes go a little bit extra mile, cause shit. I mean, you love them. They're close to you, so they deserve that treatment. Especially if she raised you, she put you in a situation. Especially if you ain't paying no rent. Especially if you ain't paying no rent. Shit, I ain't shit you can say if you ain't paying no, or you paying like a light bill that's $100, because you can't get that nowhere. So, yeah.
See, this is what I asked you without saying all of that. When I asked you what I don't think you heard fully what he said.
He did. He said, if I'm contributing.
No. You misheard him. You misheard him.
No, I heard him. That's what he said. He said, as long as I'm not being more so of a burden where I'm literally not doing nothing, then she has all right to talk to me that way. But I have a petty bill, like the water bill.
He said that doesn't matter. He said that doesn't count.
What you mean that doesn't count?
He just said if all you're doing is just paying a light bill. Yeah, you misheard. Say that again. Exactly. See, you thought it was going your way. You started tuning out. You started singing Disney tunes in your head. Listen.
Okay, say the last part again.
Say for instance, my rent is $1,200 a month.
He's in Ohio.
So if you paying the cable bill that's $85, and you think you're doing something, then it's gonna be a damn problem. I don't want to hear no shit about no $85 bill. You ain't paying half the rent. We ain't roommates until we roommates. So you start paying half the damn rent, then you can have that. You can bring
then you may have bought some. You may have bought some of the feelings that you want validated.
Right. But even then, still they're your parents. So it's still you gotta move a certain way. You can't do everything you want to do. So you just gotta keep that in mind. And that should just be a motivation to be able to get your own stuff, or at least get out, buy a house. Because having your parents around is a benefit. So get a two family house or something where she can pay downstairs and upstairs, or a 4-suite where you can bring your family in. And to those moments, you gotta just deal with it.
Like the Haitians do, and the Asians.
Because I don't give a damn. Especially, I'm paying out.
Sorry, I'm gonna cut you.
$1,600 a month in bills.
I'll readdress it. Say that again.
Yeah, I'm paying out $1,600 a month in bills. If I'm paying out $1,600 a month in bills, and you talking about I do something because I pay $85, or $100, whatever, the $130 bill.
What's one of the first things I told you? I said, did I tell you to take all the utilities?
Yeah.
See, that's kind of what he's alluded to. So, it's not saying you don't have a foundation. Which I'm gonna refer to again, and he can chime in if he thinks this is a good analogy. Not that you don't have a foundation yet. Your foundation hasn't solidified yet. Your concrete is still wet. Remember, no good house, no good structure is built on a shaky foundation. So it started, it's there, but it hasn't dried yet. It means that somebody could step on it and can still fuck it up. And we're trying to make sure that your foundation gets solidified. That's all. That's basically all every elder wants. Your foundation to get solidified. Because once your foundation is solidified, then nobody gotta worry about you being a fucking crackhead. I'm not saying that you do drugs. I'm not saying that we gotta worry. You generally, yeah. We don't gotta worry about you falling to life's, life's punches because life is gonna make you up. Life is gonna treat you like a punching bag. You gotta firm the fuck up. You heard me play that Rocky shit earlier. You want me to play it again?
No.
I'll give it. I got you. I'll give it again. Hold on.
Shadow.
Here go.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You better.
That's still one of the most like realistic speeches I've ever heard. Somebody like life. Like I said, I call it adulthood. The worst ghetto alive. Adulthood.
Agreed.
It's a fairy tale of what they made you believe it was. It is not
That it was peaches and
anything.
rainbows.
Even on the television shows that's supposed to depict real households.
They be lying.
No.
Nothing amounts to what adulthood really is.
Because none of them is showing you life in an island household. Or the real, listen, they show
That's
you,
what
they show you black people that live in the hills. They ain't show you real niggas with real trauma. Like, like you ain't like, we gonna need an HBO like show for that shit.
Netflix show. That is great. That'd be wonderful. Sure. Well,
I hope you've learned something today. I really do, because you've had two people that know you that says the same thing, right? Without talking to each other, for the most part, and then you've also had a stranger that you don't know basically say the same thing. So
an islander as well?
no, he's not an islander. He's American. No, he's American. Chuma, if I'm not mistaken, you're American, right?
Yeah, I'm from the projects, bro.
Yeah, he's American.
Projects.
Yeah.
Trenches.
So this is he is black, but
You know,
he's just American,
that's the difference out of that.
and he is.
Culturally, it ain't a big difference though. I mean it's
It's not
just
too
differences,
bad,
but not.
But he's explained some of the same
Black
things that
still black.
Similarity.
he explained some of the same things that I mentioned, that my mom has mentioned, and probably the same thing that your mother is trying to get out of you. This isn't, like I said, like you don't understand the methods to her madness yet, and every year that you
Or
get
you won't.
older, you understand them a little bit more, and you will continue to understand them in pieces all the way into your 40s.
Even though it's turning into
No, all the way.
Then you have to, because you're putting way too much feelings in there.
Light really gonna come on. You gonna have your own kids. and
Stop
the
putting the
light gonna
feelings in
come
there
on,
and
like,
extract the knowledge out of it. She says she's not having kids right now because she's traumatized.
Well, no, I mean you don't want to wait till 30 or 40 to have kids. Like that's a misnomer. Don't do that.
30 is the new 20.
You want to.
Tell your eggs that.
30 is.
What do they call it when you wait too long? The Jurassic stage?
30 is the new
What they call it when you wait till
Yeah,
like you're
that's the word.
35 or something like that? The Jurassic stage, right? You don't want to wait till the Jurassic stage. Remember, the dinosaurs became extinct. Unless you're gonna freeze some eggs now. Alright, listen, freeze your eggs now.
If you plan to have a family, let me say this real quick. If you plan to have a family, and that's your ultimate goal,
You should have that shit.
all your degrees can't help. All your degrees, your jobs can't help you with none of that. To be an awesome wife and mom is you gonna end up being an awesome wife and mom at 40 or 25.
And
You gonna
that's
wait
what
till you
we
old
talked
or when you
about.
early.
There's no guidebook to being a perfect parent, but I know there's some stuff that you should not say or do.
There's some things that you feel shouldn't be said or done.
We talked about this.
We did, and we've talked about
At any rate, whether it's good or bad, you learn it from your parents as a child. You learning what to do or what not to do if you're smart. And so, I tell my child that too. You can learn what not to do or what to do. But
Listen,
either
your
way,
mom isn't doing anything
typically
egregious
parents
enough for you to
that
be
love
holding
you
grudges
tell you
against
to
them.
do right. They tell you what to do. Even if I'm smoking, I say don't smoke. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you what I'm
smoke?
gonna tell you the right thing. Whether I love you, I might smoke and
You
I'll
need
tell
to
you
calm
don't
the fuck
smoke.
down.
Once you create a habit, and
sure.
the dumbest thing in the world to say, you can't even give me advice about something that you don't do. No, I can because if I'm a crackhead and I tell you don't smoke crack, I know because I've created this shit myself. It's my habit and it's hard to get rid of. So they can tell you, just listen. Experience is the best teacher. Period. We always think younger and it's different. Times are different, but sometimes when it matters of the heart or just simple like respect, it's never changing. And you gonna learn at that point. This is the point you're gonna learn to listen to people that's older than you. Because between like 15 and 25, you know everything. You got the key to the world's problems. But when you get to 25 to 30, you start to listen a little bit more, and you start to appreciate those. And you want to keep those type of people around you well. Don't keep no yes man around you at all, because that's the biggest thing you can.
That's actually one of the first. That's actually one of the first things I told all my friends. I told them like, I hope you guys know. First thing I require is for you guys to be brutally honest with me, because if you can't be honest with me, then I can't trust you. We have to be able to be honest with each other.
No, I can't.
Be able to check each other,
like
hold each other accountable. Like I even told them when I was gaining weight, if I gain too much weight, you niggas need to fucking tell me you looking like a fat fucking slob. Because all of a sudden, if I look down and 2 inches off my dick is missing, I'm gonna slap you niggas because you didn't tell me I was getting fucking fat.
Yeah, and that can happen. That for sure can happen.
And
so,
that's how I have the brothers I have now.
That's what you want.
I got 4 of them, good ones. Couple of sisters, like I fucking love them to death. Yeah.
I'm sure your mom has her vices.
Got 6 siblings.
You feel like so you just live with them. You just live right now. Just live with them and navigate. And if it benefits you financially, especially, hold on, get what you got to get done. And you can always go find your nice rich man if you want to. If you want to get your mama.
Told you again. That's basically saying you need a boyfriend.
I'm just saying that's always a possibility. We're not gonna move in with him now, but
no, because I'm just laughing because without knowing, he just basically said everything that I said earlier.
So basically, I sound single. That's what you've gathered.
Whatever you do, find a man with.
Oh yeah, you got okay. In part of this,
you don't want no man with no
right? As you're
tattoos.
talking, we also know that you're single.
Oh, so you already gave
I
that
didn't.
info?
I didn't tell him.
No, I'm saying like he knew off the bat.
Listen, men know. I can talk to you and shit. Like men know.
So, all right, you say this, but this is twice. Okay, my mom said you need a boyfriend. I said you do, and he basically, you got a boyfriend?
No.
But this is the thing. You gotta learn.
No.
This is gonna be so.
I'm gonna tell you, it's weird. It's not even. It's not insinuating that you need a man or anything like that.
Because I don't want to be nobody's burden. I don't want to.
It's just that.
And then our generation is different. So when you make the comment of, "Oh, you need a man," our generation is sassy as fuck. Okay? They don't do none of that.
But they're gonna be lonely as fuck too. They're gonna be old and lonely as fuck as well. They can do everything a man can do.
We all old and wrinkled.
Listen, you got some normal, regular niggas out there.
Where?
Go to church.
Well, first and foremost, if you're 25, you probably should be getting a man that's around 35. That's number one.
22.
Or 22, you should be getting a man around still about 35. Like, get an older dude. Like, you don't go get no
Like
23.
30.
I can tell you off the bat.
30, 32.
Didn't y'all have like wrinkles?
Yeah. I mean, I don't keep.
Do I have
as long
wrinkles?
as he's older than 30. I don't give a fuck if it's from 40 to 30. Like, because they're established.
Oh.
They're established. They're good.
Oh no.
They got something about them.
That shit don't happen till like 60.
I know it's a thing. I know it's a thing about dating older guys for like this generation, but they'll
I
get
think
rid of that shit. 'Cause-
every generation dates older men. Actually, dating
No, but for this generation, like the last two, like their mamas first of all, their mamas in competition with them a lot of times, so they don't want to see them with the man that they went to high school with. So they don't want to see. They just don't want to see. They want to make it seem like it's nasty. No,
because her
they
mom
want
was
your
my
old
age.
decrepit ass because you mean and you fuck. Right, they don't want your old decrepit ass because you mean and difficult and just don't want to be. I want to be around your ass. And it ain't got nothing to do with being a creep. It's just that women are fertile.
My girlfriend's 27.
I can have kids with her. I ain't got to deal with. Hopefully I can. She's more flexible. She's more open. She'll learn. I can teach her a little something. You know what I'm saying? She's not so as difficult. That's what they're hoping. You know what I mean? It's not just about having control or nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just they're established and they ready. A lot of times, get 22-year-old, he's just fucking everything out there.
They're established.
You go ahead and get somebody your age, unless he's that focused. Either way, if it's your age or not, just get somebody
Welcome,
that's
Diamond
focused.
Chef. Appreciate it.
That has
Welcome to
something
the podcast. Phone lines
You know
open.
what I'm saying? If that dude
Join the
got 2 or 3
conversation.
jobs, yeah, 2 or 3 jobs, or whatever. Get us a guy that's focused on something that can establish himself. At any rate, no matter how old he is, get the motherfucker that's about something. Period. Because if he just got one job, if you dating a motherfucker that's single at 22, got one job, leave that motherfucker alone. He got too much time on his hands. He should be working 2 or 3 jobs. He should be trying to get to it. Like, get to it. Especially if you're doing the same thing.
One job.
If a motherfucker working 40 hours a week and that's it, unless he getting paid $1 million,
Or
You got
at least
too much
6
time on his hands.
or 6 figures for that. And
That's
that.
a red flag for a 35-year-old, or what's the age range? Or you mean period?
Any kind of single man really should be working. Unless he got, or at least have several, and some guys
Some type of hobby.
have several, some streams of income. Like if I might have, I might work hard enough to where I'm 35 and have a business so I can just chill out and let it run itself. That's different.
Like in their
Or I
20s,
might have-
they don't understand about
or the
investment.
military, right? So the military, I got VA pay that paid me $2,500 a month, and I work a regular job. So that's two different angles of money. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So it's just, or I'm retired. So, or I go to school, I get money for going to school, and I got to work here. So yeah, that's what you want to see. They about something. They got shit going. They got to focus at least.
Because
You know,
nobody's allowed to
that'd be
sit
the
around
worst part.
at the house for 5 days a week. You get 2 days off at most. That's of them days you kill yourself. Then
I get.
huh?
You don't
I didn't
think
even
your
get-
brain is programmed to
Go
believe
do-
that,
No, it's how you survive in adulthood. This isn't belief. This is how I feel. This is how you survive being an adult. I tell you, this hood sucks. The real estate here is horrible. The property value goes off all the goddamn time. You keep gotta work twice as hard to keep making ends meet. Or else your ass ain't gonna see that square and you'll fucking have a leak and your shit will sink. This isn't feelings. I keep telling you, none of this has to do with feelings. Feelings, I'll be able to sit at home all goddamn day and beat my meat and play video games. But no. Niggas gotta go work in the goddamn sun in Florida. Got fucking 100-degree goddamn days. This worker, master got me working. like, tell me when to set me free. Like, nigga, you better pick. You better go pick a good goddamn. You better pick the job that and get doing. Listen, if you gotta listen, I don't.
Bro, even if they ain't got a great job, just they gotta have 2 or 3. They gotta be working towards.
Listen, nobody
something,
cares
man,
if you sell your feet. If you sell feet pics on OnlyFans, make money. Shit. Like I got an extra camera here for you. You need a camera? Shit. But do something. Like it's oh my god. See, I'm gonna tell you this. Like we say do something. What they used to say back in the 40s, 50s is that you need to become a contributing member to society. Right now, you are not a contributing member to society. To everybody in America. Exactly. And your mother has to take on the majority of that burden.
even though she's not doing it financially.
When we talked about that rent thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, don't forget. Okay, don't forget that.
But if you
That's a
say
bitch.
you don't got a job,
You know, and that water and electricity and internet, like them shits add up like a lot.
Yeah.
Like you understand? You remember that last place we used to live in? That light bill used to come in every month over $300 a month.
For real?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Because y'all had light. Yeah, it was in the ceiling.
So you understand? Like these are just bills, and then so what happens is that you got to figure out what you have the jobs and work the necessary hours to do that, and then have extra money to go do shit. Like buy a cheeseburger once a week.
yeah, man. I get out every day. Like I gotta get some money because I don't cook. So I gotta get paid. I probably spent about 30.
Listen, yo, we got people on here like, yo, I thought we was talking sports. Listen, yup. No. Don't you apologize. This is a life podcast that revolves around sports. So I will go left field because baseball is my first love when it comes to sports. I will go left field in a whole given moment and get to that life shit. But I appreciate you, Diamond Chief. You know what? He is right though. We should shift gears. I believe we've driven home this point enough for tonight. At this point, we may just be going around and roaming the bases and slapping upside the head every time we're on the base. Like, did you hear that? Did you hear? Oh, you don't know. You know, I'm sorry, not slap you upside the head. My bad.
Thank you.
That's 50s. We're treating you like Falcon and Captain America. We treat like Captain America and Falcon. We keep overlapping like on your left, on your left, on your left, on your left, on your left. Don't say it. Don't say it. On your left. Marvel. At least you were able to understand that.
Yeah, so one thing I can say is she said she wasn't working?
Oh, no, she's not working.
Oh, well, if she's not, then just whatever you got, this is a perfect time to do whatever you want to do. And I don't give a fuck if it's for free. Like, I'm a DJ, so I DJ. I had a job. I DJ for free for almost like a year. So whatever it is, and I end up making money at it. So whatever it is, you got the availability to do that shit. Just take that advantage. And I don't give a fuck if it's just finding somebody that can add value to them. Learning how to do something simple.
And there's nail schools you can go to.
Mm-hmm.
They're all over here.
Whether it's school or not, whatever, I can fuck with it's a mechanic. Can I clean your tire? Can I wash the cars and come out your motherfucking shop just so I can add some value? I mean, it doesn't matter. I don't know. I'm just saying. Whatever it may be, you got the ability to do that.
But you got to leave the house at least 5 days a week.
Do what you actually fucking want to do. Like you actually want to do. Like what you would like to do. And then put that work in and then watch it flourish. And you'll be all right. And just take that advantage.
I'm going to tell you something that's funny.
If your parents see you doing that,
we will.
If your parents see you doing that, they're more likely to get off your back too. You ain't got to necessarily be bringing money, but they see you getting up every day working hard at trying to get to where you got to get. That makes a big difference.
My grandfather, even after he retired, he could and wasn't doing anything, and he used to own his own insurance company, right? And and it was funny too. He made a fortune of his money by selling his money by selling insurance policies to all of the gang members that used to gang bang around in the hood. My grandfather. Why would he do that? Because it was smart. If you're gonna be out here doing dumb shit like gang banging, at least make sure you're protected, right? And your family's protected. So that way, if you get knocked off by somebody else because you're not paying attention, at least $250,000 goes to your family. So
and let me tell you something.
And they used to, and this back then when you had none of these transactions, so they came in weekly and paid him cash. and then
what's interesting about what you just said, T, because that's what happens now. What these labels doing to these rappers? They put insurance on them.
What they
they're doing insurance policy on these rappers.
Oh, they've done that for a while though. That's not new. New.
I'm just saying that. So
yeah.
But no, they're literally signing these motherfuckers on purpose and putting insurance policy on them because they know that they're probably gonna die.
And then none of that,
same thing.
So companies will put insurance, they'll put insurance policies on their artists. Their artist dies, they get $5 million because of their artist's death, and never give the family even a dime either. This is why insurance. Okay.
Damn dime.
To switch over real quick, this is why insurance policies are a real thing that is needed by every single family. Believe it or not, insurance policies are usually your very first opportunity to get a foothold or to pass down some kind of wealth to the next generation. Right. Because you can get yourself $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $4 million, $5 million policy. Also, if almost every single black person had insurance, they could also eliminate a whole lot of these unnecessary killings because insurance companies will investigate your death. Every single time, especially if they think it's foul play because they don't want to pay. So if cops are out here wrongfully killing a bunch of, guess what's going to start happening? These insurance companies are going to start having their own investigators go into internal affairs and start getting these motherfuckers ratted out. Like that insurance is like it's your biggest and honestly.
They don't teach us this in school.
Well, of course not. It's not to be taught in school about insurance. But everybody knows about insurance. It's about in case shit. But it's more than that, right? I tell people that it's not it's a legacy benefit, and that's what people don't realize it. It's not like a life benefit or a death benefit. It's a legacy benefit. It's a way for you to start that legacy that you really always thought about having. Because you know who they remember? Something like, yeah, damn it, remember, left us that $5 million. That's how we was able to, you know what I mean? Like you become that flashpoint that helped your family move up. I know, like I said, it's a life podcast that revolves around sports. I'll switch over and talk about life and finances any day of the time, especially when there's opportunity to teach a young mind like yourself. Because you at a stage where you probably don't know enough about finance and stuff like this. And if you ever have questions, I listen. Like, see, these are things you probably could hold grudges against your parents. But like, damn, why didn't you know more about finance? But they didn't know because you know things weren't taught to them. So one generation curse that you make sure that you break is that you make sure that you educate yourself about finance, so that you don't just let your kids know, but you let every single person that's younger than you know. Every single niece that you have, every goddaughter that you have, every godson that you have, every young person that crosses your path, you tell them about this finance stuff, because even their parents may not make
young people, the old people too.
I'm gonna get there because their parents may not fully understand how to explain it to them. But you don't just stop there. You tell it amongst your peers, because do not assume because you know something that every single person around you know it. So you also share it with your peers, because each one reach one, teach one. You all come up together. Yeah, me and I just got a flashback on that shit. You know, me and Chill have been doing this shit forever. I just realized that shit. We've been going in and out of sports forever. Ah,
That's facts. It's been a while.
As I said that, shout out to Pod God. God damn. That shit took me back. All right, kiddo. And remember, I'm always a phone call away. Oh, you're welcome, home. You got 11 days. And what's happening in 11 days? Hello? What's happening in 11 days?
You talking to me?
No, not you. I'm talking to my niece. What's happening in 11 days?
I'm figuring out my life.
And what else would you be doing?
I gotta do what I gotta do. Get on my grind.
And what else would you be doing?
Get on my grind.
I also told you to be doing something else. Listen, you can keep trying to deny it today, but what's something that you also
I
be?
told you that. I have to sleep on it.
Okay. Oh, so what else you'll be doing? Come on, say it. Own it already, because it's gonna happen. Go ahead and just say
I
it.
will speak.
Go ahead and just say it.
I will
Like I said, you don't listen.
speak to her.
You be doing what?
I'll be speaking to her.
To her is what? What's to her? Who's to her?
The
Who's
mother.
speaking to her?
The mother.
The mother of creation? The mother of Pedro
The
Santana?
mother that pushed me out her coochie.
You
That
know
one.
what? I'm telling you, face flattened, like totally flattened.
My mom.
Okay. Jesus. Now you guys have a slight understanding of what I came home to today. I text her mother. I sent her I sent her a ransom. Like, I have your kid. You can have her back for $1 million, and I sent her the Austin Powers meme. Yeah. Is it done drying?
Yeah.
Did I bring it out in a basket? Is it a tall green basket in there? All that shit? Nah.
Yes, you did.
There's a lot of stuff.
It was like, yes.
It's a tall green basket in there. Or any basket that you see in there, but it should be a tall green basket. If you don't see a tall green basket, there's some other baskets on the barrel to your right. We're gonna have to try to transition this back into sports somehow, some way. I'll figure that out after this commercial break.
They didn't join this team to win championships or become famous. They joined because there is important work to be done, and only some able to do it. They are brighter, better educated, led, and equipped than any team in history. They are doctors, lawyers, engineers, technologists, and combat troops, all prepared for whatever comes their way. You'll find them where the lights don't flash, and the only contract they sign is with themselves and their country. One day, they may be asked what they did to make a difference in this world. And they can respond, I became a soldier.
All right, we are back with the Mighty Sports Podcast. I am still your host, the one and only talent, Omar Taylor. I got my senior Ohio correspondent, Chill Will, with us as well. So, tomorrow we have football, right? We got Thursday night football coming up. Thank God we don't have no crazy doubleheader like we just had this last Monday. And it was weird, too, because that pitch, I didn't get into it. There was injuries. There was a lot of running going on. Probably one of the longest first quarters that we've seen in football history. But like, we have a game tomorrow, and I don't know how much of a game that we're gonna have, because the New York Giants took 6 quarters, and I keep saying this again. They took 6 quarters to finally decide that they wanted to join the 2023-2024 season. Do you know Chill Will? And I say this to Chill Will because Chill Will happens to be a Cleveland Browns fan. So he's like Jets fans. He's gone through some horrendous years. Do you know what the Dallas Cowboys did to the New York Giants in one game has never been done to a team in a whole entire year? We're talking about defensive touchdown, regular touchdown, sack, kickoff return, like all of the things that accumulated in that game negatively. That has never happened to a team as a whole for a whole season, and that happened to the Giants in one game, and that's when they got blown out 40-0. Then they spent the first 2 quarters of the Arizona game not being able to score as they're shut out 21-0. That's 61 points that's 61 unanswered points. First by a division rival, and then again by a team that's trying to lose. How the Giants pulled this game off, I don't know. But they won with while losing, as they end up losing Saquon Barkley due to an ankle injury now due to this game. So he's gonna be out for possibly 3 weeks. Regular ankle injury, not a high ankle injury. The 6 quarters for the New York Giants. Now they pulled off one of the greatest comebacks, right, that has ever happened in the NFL. Definitely one of the greatest comeback that's ever happened in Giant history. But now the New York Giants go and they play the San Francisco 49ers tomorrow. And all of that doubt, all of those question marks, like whatever euphoria that may have been salvaged from this week, all of that's going to go right back down the drain. And it's going to come back again, and we're going to be wondering, is Daniel Jones worth this $40 million? Do the Giants have a quarterback? Do the Giants have an offensive line? Because this San Francisco game, you kind of expect it to look just as bad as this Dallas game or the first half as that Arizona game. And San Francisco is trying to win games, so they're not gonna pull players in the second half or take their foot off the brakes or off the gas. I forgot to check the spread on this game. Now, the Giants won and lost at the same time because they lost Saquon Barkley, but they end up winning the game at least. So at least they end up getting themselves tied at 1-1. Cleveland wasn't so fortunate last night. Pittsburgh, surprisingly, 2-0. Right? 2-0, right? Yeah, because they won the week before that, too.
They 1-1.
No, they won. No, yeah, okay. Oh, they lost to San Francisco. Okay. I mean, that's what I'm tripping. Okay.
anything. That was horrible, man. That was they had 6 points on offense, bro. 6 points. Kenny Pickett did, I should say. Kenny Pickett had 6 points, bro. Shit crazy.
Listen, even for the Jets fans, right? For a lot of the question marks that's going on with you guys, right, or going on with us, the Dallas Cowboys had to score 5 field goals. For as bad as we were, 15 of them points came from field goals. So that means 5 times they made it into the end zone, and that defense stood them straight the fuck up. Sorry, that one just popped in my head. I just needed to throw that out there. I have to keep finding a way to try to find the light in some of these teams, because right now, the Super Bowl is probably going to be the worst Super Bowl that I may have ever experienced, because right now, my soothsaying this is saying this as things are looking right now. The soothsayer in me says the Super Bowl is going to be the Dallas Cowboys and the Miami Dolphins. And if that happens, I think I'm going to boycott the Super Bowl. I refuse to watch a Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys and the Miami Dolphins in it. I'm boycotting that shit.
First off, the Dallas Cowboys would never make it to the Super Bowl. Let's get that straight. Second of all, how are they going to beat San Francisco? It's not going to happen. Third of all,
listen, they won't beat Detroit in the playoffs.
The Eagles going to come around. The Eagles going to come around. I mean, I don't think Jalen Hurts is what people think he is. He was definitely a beneficiary of like a lot of shit wasn't right for him to get there. Like Frisco, I think it was injuries. Injuries was on key teams to where they got to.
And they were healthy the whole year.
Yeah,
super
right.
healthy.
And so for the most part, yeah. And so I don't think Eagles going back, but for the most part, I don't know if Dallas will go. Like Dak is not that guy. He just ain't. If they go there, we won't win. I mean, and I don't know how you can't see Kansas City or maybe even I wouldn't see Miami. I mean, Tua got to stay healthy. If anything, for me to believe he got to. If he can stay healthy, maybe. But I know he was going to be good in the league though overall. I know he's going to have a lot of people apologizing to him if he can stay healthy this year. And also just the fact that he did it on every level. Like he did it in college. He was, you know what I'm saying? He was in college. He was Jalen Hurts. If you believe in Jalen Hurts, how you not believe in Tua? You know what I'm saying? Did you ever think about that?
Me? Because
yeah, like in general.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why.
How you believe in Jalen Hurts and not believe in Tua?
Because
Tua hurt. I'll get it, but like overall, like
what ends up happening, I have a disdain for Tua because I feel like they chose Hurts over Tua, and I thought Jalen Hurts was just as good, if not better. And then he goes like so.
Tua?
Wow. Listen.
It means you don't watch college, but don't count, bro.
Listen. Oh no, but I did watch that. I did watch that year.
Not the same. Then you know that Tua it was way better. And Jalen Hurts won a national championship, right?
They both did actually.
If you win, think about how good you got to be to unseat a man that just won the national championship. Think how how much better you have to be than him, and coming as a fucking first year. Starter.
The way I see these dynamics, and I hear how that story is told, and when I see it, I see a quarterback that was struggling in the first that took his team to the national championship, was struggling in the first half of a game. They brought in the other guy that the other team didn't practice for, didn't prepare for. And he brought in his elusiveness or whatever, right? His extra skills that he brings, right? His force multipliers. And he helped change the dynamic of the game to win a national championship. And then the same thing happened in reverse the very next year for Jalen Hurts. Tua is not a starter of the team. He takes the team all the way to a national championship. I don't know if Tua got hurt in the first half or what it was. But then they bring in Jalen Hurts, the other guy that the team isn't prepared for. He helps change the dynamic and the momentum of the team, and he helps them win a national championship. The same shit happened to both of them. They were basically the same person, I'm put in the same situation, and they pulled out the same result. But they went with the younger guy in Tua. Then Jalen Hurts goes to Oklahoma, and he puts up basically the same exact numbers as Tua. The reason why I always like another reason I end up adding to why I like Jalen Hurts over Tua, because now Jalen Hurts end up showing me that I can go to multiple systems and be successful, which is going to end up happening to you which you heard me say this before, which is what ends up happening to you when you get to the NFL, that you're probably going to end up being under 2 or 3 head coaches, 2 or 3 offensive coordinators, so you have to be able to adapt to multiple systems, and Jalen Hurts showed me that trait. The reason why I've always been more Hurts than over Tua, but I never liked Tua because I guess I tied myself more to Hurts and felt like he got slighted when I never saw Tua doing anything different than what he did. I don't watch a lot of college, but I watch some things. I remember that year. I remember those 2 years. Actually, I remember the 3 years. I remember the year I remember even the year that Jalen Hurts went to Oklahoma. I've been following Jalen Hurts. He's one of those few people that I just happen to be know and be aware of and follow their whole career. And then Tua ended up going, and then when Tua went to the Dolphins, I was like, ooh, this is like a perfect storm. I already didn't like you because of that shit with Jalen Hurts, and now you go to the team that I hate, the team that I hate the most. I can never root for you now. And now that adds to the other element of it. It's like LeBron James going to Miami. It's a perfect storm of hate. We still know we got about 15 minutes left in the podcast. And we still haven't even spoken about, you know what? I think I may save this one for Monday. Not Monday, for Friday. Ooh. I forgot to tell you guys. Mondays, we are now going to be at Sharky's. Let me make sure I remind you guys. Mondays, we will be at Sharky's. So it's going to be the MyT Sports Podcast, Monday Night Football, Sharky's. We'll start seeing if we can get some drink specials, some shot specials. Right, get the whole works. You guys come out, get the podcast. We'll get some trivia going on for you guys. We'll have the works. MyT Sports Podcast returning at Sharky's this Monday coming up, man. That's right around the corner. And I still haven't gotten in my new lights. We've lost Chill Will for a moment. Chill Will comes in and out. We appreciate every moment that Chill Will's with us, but he be having to do shit. I know you guys wondering hey, where's the other?
Yeah. What'd you say? What you saying?
I ain't say nothing. I ain't say nothing at all. That was the thing about it. I ain't even say nothing at all.
Yeah, you definitely said something.
But it's
the whole time.
I was just bullshit.
You ask your kids a question you already know the answer to. You failed the damn test.
Because I ain't really said nothing. Because I've already forgotten half of what I've said. That's why. As I said, I was throwing shit all over the place. I was going from here to there. It's funny. I've heard Giants fans already complaining that the San Francisco 49ers having literally this is part of their complaint already, which they're gonna use as part of their excuse when they lose, that the San Francisco 49ers have an advantage because they've been able to stay at home for the last 2 weeks while the Giants have traveled from Arizona to now San Francisco on a short week and has to play while San Francisco has basically had 2 back-to-back home games. And I'm like, really? This is where y'all guys are going? I'm like, yeah. I can hear the built-in excuse. Stop it, Giants fans. You guys really sound bad. Listen, take your win from last week. Understand that some weeks are going to be horrendous losses, like probably this week. See if you could bounce back the week after when you play. Who do you guys play in week 4? It's not even. I don't think that's looking good for you guys. No, it's not the Patriots. I think No. That's not the Patriots. You play the Seahawks.
Our team.
What's that?
Talking about the Browns.
No, I was talking about the
Talking about the
Giants.
Browns?
I was talking about the Giants. Like you play the Seahawks after that. Hopefully you get a win there, and then see what you do against the Dolphins. I see you can catch them slacking. You have the Bills. The Jets show you that they can be beaten, and the Commanders will probably shut you out again. That defense is for real. And then you come play the Jets and come take your losses. Like, this is the kind of season you're gonna have. It's gonna be up and down. By the time you see us, you probably be struggling to break even, but so will we. How's it looking for your Browns? Who do the Browns play next week? We're gonna talk about that again on. We're gonna talk about that again on Friday. Because as you guys know, Friday's gonna be our picks. We did horrible. Oh my god, I did horrible in this week's picks. I got the Green Bay game wrong as they lost to Atlanta 24-25. I got the Detroit game wrong as they lost to Seattle 37-31. I got the Houston game wrong as they lost to Indy 31-20. Right? I got the Chargers game wrong as they lost to Tennessee 24-27. I got the Dolphins game wrong. They lost to the as they beat the Patriots 24-17. Who else I got wrong? I got the Carolina game wrong. You all beat them 20-17. I got the Cleveland game wrong as Pittsburgh ended up winning that game 26-22. That's like half the games I got wrong. I got to do better. I have got to do better. If any of you is relying on me for your picks, which I hope you're not. Like, this ain't good. Hey, what is? Do I hear an alarm somewhere? Is that my alarm trying to tell me that it's about time to end the show? I think it is. Well, let's see. We have any questions out there? We got Diamond Chief out there. I wonder if Diamond Chief is still out there. See if he has any questions for us that he wants to post to the podcast. The only question he asked if we was talking sports. So you know what?
Who, talking about me?
No, somebody that was on the show a while ago. So let me see if I can get this out of you in 10 minutes. I am going to ask who do you have as your division winners, Chill Will. So in the NFC South, and let me see if I can pull up these conferences so I can help you out. So you don't have to think about who's in each division. All right. Who do you think is going to end up winning the NFC South? This is the division with Tampa Bay, the Falcons, the Saints, and the Panthers. You with me, Will? Will.
Yo, what up?
Oh, there you go. I was asking. So who do you think is going to win the NFC South?
Let me think. Is the South NFC South Dallas?
I got you.
Dallas.
That's the Carolina, Tampa Bay, New Orleans, and the Falcons. So
New Orleans. That's the worst division in the league. Or maybe not. But maybe not. They got the defenses, right? They probably got some of the best defenses in the NFC. So, that's good. I think the New Orleans will. I don't like Derek Carr. He's shit, but it's not. He's easy to win. They only want a halfway decent quarterback, right? Bryce Young looking like he in Little League. They ain't got no helmet to fit his ass. He out there running around looking like he plays
So they don't got no helmet. He got those early early Peyton Manning helmets.
You know how the teams that send you in a special helmet get ordered, it still don't fit. Because he built like he's 12 years old.
I know the league sometimes gets smaller and faster. I don't understand the smaller quarterback move. Like, because I'll leave that there. Who do you think is gonna win the NFC North? This is with the Green Bay Packers, the Detroit Lions, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Chicago Bears. Did I lose you again, Will? He's here somewhere. Chill, Will. You know what? I'm trying to go through all of these with you. We got 10 minutes left in the show. I don't know if we'll be able to get these all out, which is great. Because you know what? That means we'll end up continuing. Actually, we will end up continuing this on Friday. I'm gonna get the rest of these from Chill Will. We'll see if we can get KJ on the show as well too. See what he's doing on this Friday as well. See if he was able to clear up a couple some time with us. Don't worry, guys. KJ will be making an appearance back on the show. I know I know you guys hear me poking a lot of fun at him or whatever. That's just how I am. But he's been going through some things. You guys keep him in your prayers, and don't worry, he will be joining the podcast again here shortly. He just has to go get some things taken care of, and he will be with us. Don't worry, everything is good. He is safe. Everything is all well. It's nothing major. It's just as we said earlier, life, kind of catches up with everybody every once in a while, and you have to get shit sorted out, and he's in a sorted out kind of time, kind of space. But I want to thank you guys for listening to the MyT Sports Podcast. Listen, I really do appreciate you guys. I see the re-airs, right? I see the re-airs on Pandora, right? On Spotify, on Amazon, on Pandora. I appreciate you guys. Like the fact that you guys listen to the podcast. This is a 3-hour show. We give you a lot, and we give you a lot of nothing sometimes. But it's always a good time because you know what? We come in and out of the show. We take you behind the scenes. We share. You guys, we talk about the family stuff. That's as I tell you guys a lot of times. This is a life podcast that revolves around sports, and because of my first love being baseball, I will go left field and life all over the place. And really, all I'm trying to say is, can you play my outro?
Sorry, dog, I'm gone.
Oh, alright, B, I'm out of here. But you guys know what I'm trying to say. Is that, can you play my outro so that I can stop rambling?
Sorry, B. I tried. Honest. All the bandwidth in the world couldn't keep me contained. No lag, no lag. Gonna share my talents with Podbean Live. Always knew I'd take the pod there. Just a lot later than a lot of listeners thought. Last of the real gabbers. Well, maybe not the last. Munchkin got good mic skills. New, improved MyT podcaster. Potted down now. Last call for drinks. Bars closing. Sun's out. Heard the casino got a buffet breakfast. Don't want to go far. Wild night. Tired, B. Tired. MyT
Sports.